And yeah, so they named the hospital after me.
Oh, you're Mount Sinai.
I am Mount Sinai. Put away your mobile WWE game.
No,
we have work to do.
I can't. I have to upgrade my women's division so that I can challenge in Gauntlet Blitz.
I mean, we'd all like to upgrade our and other people's women's divisions, but just the pickings are so slim.
I like to upgrade women so much that they become men and are good.
Is that what that movie Upgrade is about?
Yeah.
Does that guy that sort of looks like Jamie Dornan I can never remember his name.
Logan Marshall Green.
I was like, his name is hyphenated, but that's the best I got. Logan Marshall Green. Does he start as a woman and then get upgraded?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Hey, right off the bat, you guys have done pretty well so far. I'm Scott. That's Drew. By the way, this is a bonus. What are you listening to this not on a Monday? This is crazy.
I hope you're happy.
Well, I hope someone's happy at the end of this.
We're not.
Yeah. So someone better be.
After Scott just spent an hour and a half trying to get this to work.
A lot of setup.
I was really torn because there's a part of me that like just wanted to start doing it, but also I really like it when you're frustrated.
Sure.
So I was like,
which do I want? Yeah.
I'm unhappy, but I'm also happy.
Torn between two lovers.
Both of them are men.
Close enough. Same track. I'm Scott. That's Drew.
You already said that.
At not Scott Henson.
At Syrian Softpaws.
So you guys have done pretty well in just the 3 days that the polls have been open so far. P.S. We'll talk about other polls later.
Polls will come up.
The requests for the All Requests Spectacular have been coming in nicely so far, and we appreciate it. So just to remind everyone, $20 minimum per movie pick. The polls close on February 15th. I do believe send this is the one thing I forgot to say last night. $20 American, because an Australian asked me, hey, do you want Australian, Canadian, American? I'm like, American, because it's worth the most. So yes.
What's the difference between Canadian and Australian? Like
they were
money-wise?
Really close to on par for a while. I think ours might be a little more now. I think Australia's in the tubes. I think the Australian dollar is going the way of the Zimbabwe dollar with hyperinflation, and I think it costs 3 trillion Australian dollars to buy a sandwich now.
$20 Australian is $18.06 Canadian.
So they're just less than us.
They're 90 cents on the dollar.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it was somewhere in there. Anyway, so yeah, forget everything you knew about Canadian and Australian dollars because we want American dollars. So send it to paypal.me/notscotthenson, NOTSCOTTHENSON. Link is in the YouTube description as well as in my Twitter profile. Also in the YouTube description, if you don't have PayPal, there is a alternate PayPal donation link that you do not need a PayPal account for. All you need is, I'm not actually sure what you need. I don't know if you just like stuff cash into your CD-ROM drive and then
CD-ROM.
I get it. Or I guess it's just a credit card or bank account or, I don't know, wire transfer.
Internet ham.
Blockchain. I don't know.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, but there's options if you want us to watch and then talk about a movie, because that is the bargain we have made.
I mean, you can pay for us to watch a movie and in the comments say don't review it.
You don't need to talk about it.
Like, we'll gladly do that.
That's fine.
$20 to watch a movie and never mention that you watched it.
And be done with it. Not even mention to each other that we watched it. It'll be our little secret. But yeah, you can do that. So $20 a pick. If you want to send more as a tip, great. And if you want to send money and have us not watch anything, hey, that's okay too.
We're not going to say no.
Anything that involves you sending money to us, because look, the surgery can't wait another year. It's happening in 22. It's the year of the tiger.
And it's the year of getting turned into a tiger.
Exactly. So no more screwing around, guys. I'm going to say anything less than 100 movie requests, I will consider an abject failure and we'll probably quit the show.
Yeah, we'll stop doing the podcast if you don't send us 100 movies.
So
10 movies an episode. So
That's
the rest of the
podcast
is
for a
doing
while.
movies.
Yeah. So don't blow this, guys. Don't blow these guys. You know what? Blow these guys.
Blow these guys.
But don't blow this comma, guys.
Blow this.
It's a real no. Money down. I hope you appreciate the room clean I did for this. I went through like tops of desks and dressers and also drawers I never use. I finally bit the bullet. I didn't know if I could, but I did, and threw away both my arm cast that I'm not sure what I was keeping for, and my left big toenail. That I had in gauze in a rarely used drawer that was removed in, if my count is correct, September 2017.
You're a fucking pig. You're a human pig.
I was keeping it for something
to nibble on at night?
I don't know what.
For nibbles?
It could have been for nibbles, but I'm like, all right. I did a Marie Kondo. I'm like, does this removed toenail bring me joy? And I think it did at one point. I think there was a reason I kept it at one point. But I looked at it. I looked hard at it. I'm like, is this currently bringing me joy? Not really. Also, it's super gross. So I tossed
disgusting.
it. I know. It was a big day. I mean, 4+ years sitting in that drawer. Actually, it wasn't 4+ years sitting in that drawer. It was probably 2 years sitting on top of my desk. And then I'm like, okay, you can go out of the spotlight for now, but
yuck.
You're still there. Should I need you?
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Not collecting old things from my past.
Not collecting body parts?
Nope. I had. I remember in high school, I broke my wrist and I had a cast. Right. And when they cut it off, my friend Mike asked me to bring it to school so that he could fake having a broken arm.
Oh, love it.
So he wore my cut off broke cast for like 2 weeks at school.
I like
telling
that.
everyone that he had broken his arm.
That's a fun move.
He didn't have to do whatever.
I was I think I was keeping my cast because it was like a half or 3/4 cast, like it didn't go all the way around,
open at the top.
Yeah, and I could you could just like slip it on still, and I actually would have. I was wondering, like, would this work as like protection in wrestling? And then I like kind of like hit my other arm with it. I'm like, oh no, I would knock someone out if I actually.
You would Mirko Krokop this.
Yeah. So, but yeah, because
would have been good for like a prop. You could have been a Cowboy Bob type.
I could have been a Cowboy Bob,
or that one time with Owen Hart.
Yeah, or Cowboy Dan. Good Modest Mouse song.
Sure.
I remember someone saying, because like early Modest Mouse is like dark weird stuff, and then they got much more poppy with like your Float Ons and stuff, and there was a Kids Bop version of Float On. And then I remember someone just I don't know, on some probably message board at the time saying, we need a Kids Bop version of Cowboy Dan. just about this like guy like killing Indians and stuff.
There are some really weird Kid Bop ones.
Yeah.
Or like songs that shouldn't have a kids version, but they're just so popular that they have to.
Like the non-radio edit of Let's Get It Started by Black Eyed Peas. You shouldn't have kids singing
just
that.
A bunch of kids singing Let's Get Retarded.
Yeah. You damn kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a bonus episode just for you. What do you, me? Yeah, just you.
You're talking about me,
Eric.
Tom.
I like to give a shout out to. I like to make one person feel special per episode, and I like to make one person feel special per time I have intercourse, and it's always me. Batting 1,000. Cannot speak for the partners, but honestly,
do you even know any of their names?
I don't like to get that personal.
Oh, you don't like to be formal?
No.
A hole's a hole? A warm place for you for 30 seconds?
Yeah.
And then you got to yank those barbs out and hurt them?
Look.
Good thing the human asshole is nightmarishly elastic.
Here's what I say. If your vaginal walls aren't being badly scraped, how do you even really know you're having sex? Right?
Pain over pleasure. Isn't that the Sum 41 song? Pain over pleasure. I don't know. I can't remember the song in my head.
I don't like that's the title of the song?
Pain for pleasure? Is that what it's called?
That sounds like something. It's no fat lip. I'm a fat lip man.
I'll give you a fat lip.
Is that a
That's where you take a vacuum cleaner on your vagina and it swells your lips up?
I was thinking, is that oral sex from a hefty girl? She's giving fat lip.
She's giving fat lip.
Do you like hefty?
Hefty? Yeah, I like hefty. Hefty reminds me of heifer.
Sure.
Like is he a cow in Rocco's Modern World?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a cow raised by wolves.
Heifer.
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 I think it's just heifer.
But isn't it with a weird Australian accent? So it's heifer.
Oh, sure.
Heifer.
Yeah. No, only Rocco's Australian. The rest are just American.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Rocco's an expat. I haven't watched the original series in forever. I did watch the new one, the one-off sort of TV movie type thing because I
didn't know that existed.
They did a Rocco's Modern Life and an Invader Zim, and both were good.
Oh, I didn't know that existed.
Well, you guess tonight just got booked up for you, unless you're getting fat lip.
I might be getting fat lip.
So, it's everyone's favorite type of podcast, the Earnest Wrestling Talk podcast.
No jokes, just wrestling. Everyone loves it.
Yep, NJPW.
But you're getting a free one, a freebie, and beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, and also we're the beggars with all the asking for money we're doing.
So in fact, we are beggars who are choosing.
We are choosing to do this. But yeah, it's a bonus. You got one this past Monday. You're getting one next Monday. So who gets hurt at the end of this?
Sit back, relax, kick your feet up.
Just shut up already. What's your problem? You got to berate the listener.
Yeah, you got to make them feel so bad about themselves that they can't leave you. Because they're nothing without you.
The move is to give your listener battered woman syndrome. And the way to do that is to find them in person if they're women and batter them. Is that a thing I can say? The podcast seems all right. That's that one's a dicey one on Twitch. Any calls to violence.
Yeah.
I get if I say that on Twitch, I'll hear a Marge Simpson grumble to my left when I say one of those, and then followed by the 10 members of the chat in a row posting the satire emote, which is a very important emote in any Twitch chat that I find myself in. So it's good we have that. I don't know if that legally fixes anything. If P.S. this is a hypothetical. If I say on Twitch if I say we should kill the president, and then people in the chat post the satire emote, I don't think that means I don't go to jail.
Yeah.
But
just because they're telling everyone it's satire doesn't mean you're off the hook.
I don't know if that actually covers me legally, but luckily I've never said that.
Luckily. Never thought it. Never started a blog about it. Put up flyers.
Luckily I've never said it outside of the confines of the safety of my car.
Yes. Which I was thinking we should start recording the podcast in the car again so that we're in a safe space and we can say whatever we want.
I mean, we do say whatever we want.
Not everything.
A lot of things.
There's one thing we'd like to say, but we're not in the safe space of the car, so we can't.
No, I know, but I mean in the car we say a lot
Oh, yeah,
of
that's what I'm saying. We need to
Everything.
record in the car.
Well, I don't know
so
if we should record in the car because I feel like
But it's a safe space.
But recording in the car is like letting other people into the safe space, and at that point, is the space safe anymore?
That's interesting.
How come there hasn't been
More school shootings?
Okay, let's go with that first of all. I think COVID.
Oh, how come there hasn't been more COVID?
No, COVID is the reason there are less school shootings.
I thought it was just because the liberals took our guns away.
The KKK took my baby away.
Yeah.
I wonder if that plays into it. What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm surprised there hasn't been. And P.S. because there hasn't been, I'm calling it, mailing it to myself, double stamped, notarized, so no one else can steal it. I'll sue you for $175,000 if you try. A space movie, a woke space movie called Safe Space.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
That'd be pretty funny.
Or if you want to go the other way, like there's or like the tagline is space safe? And it's called Safe Space, but it's a misdirect because it's not, because I don't know, there's a monster on Jupiter or something. Yeah, but I'm surprised there has been no, to my knowledge, play on the term safe space in a astronomical movie.
No, I don't think so.
I guess an astronomical movie would be like a Carl Sagan documentary. I'm just trying not to say space twice in the same sentence, like safe space in a space movie. What do you call it besides a space
science
movie?
Fiction.
I guess science fiction, but that's like
astronaut movie.
An astronaut movie.
A rocket movie.
Rocket Man?
Was
that a space movie?
Yeah. It was about the first gay man in space. The first gay hand job in space.
Who did he give it to? Or who did he receive it from? I don't want to be
a young
presumptuous.
black man on a beach in space.
Oh, well, Moonlight, Moon, Space.
See?
Elton John.
I'm telling you.
Little black boy.
It all works out. Little black boy.
Too much. I guess it wasn't a boy.
Yeah. Also, he wasn't that little. He was like an almost adult teenager.
I'm an almost adult teenager. Should I be getting black hand jobs?
Yes. Or giving.
It's
up to you.
Both C's?
Dealer's choice.
Mutual?
No, it's one or the other.
Oh, hard line.
Hard line, one or the other. Only one person's nutting today.
Namibian and Korean?
Never.
No.
No.
It's too much.
Too much.
Can't wait to be an interracial wedding photographer. Mm-hmm. For most weddings.
Most weddings. Jewish and Chinese, real creative, but yes.
Real creative. Woody and Sun-Yi.
Yep. My
favorite Jewish-Chinese couple / parental situation.
It's fine.
He didn't make her.
If
you didn't make her, you can marry her.
They didn't do stuff until she was old enough.
Yeah. 14.
Yeah.
It's legal in China. Probably. You know what? Actually don't know. Let's go.
Oh my god, are we going to look up ages of consent
China,
again?
Age of consent. I did not need to type a lot of letters before Google filled it in for me. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, but I think... Oh no. Oh boy.
Oh no, it was different than I thought. It was it's 14.
Oh my god.
But what are these things?
But with restrictions.
Restricted by authority is 14. I like that there are different listings for hetero and homo relationships, by the way. Very funny. Now, do they actually...
As if homo's allowed.
Do they differ in anything? They sometimes differ for gender. Afghanistan is 18 male, 16 female. Nice. But do they ever differ between hetero and homo? Why do they list both if they're... because sometimes there are ages for hetero and not for homo, meaning you're not allowed. There's never a good age for that nonsense.
What about goat? What's legal age of consent for a goat?
Well, what are goat to human years? They're probably like 5 to human years. So I'd say by 3.5, you're good to goat. I would say. So yeah, restricted by authority in China is 14. Unrestricted, 14 male, 18 female. So the girls can just go like full statutory on us with no recourse.
Huh.
But I'm unclear what the restricted by authority versus unrestricted means.
That's so weird.
So I guess we're going to have to
go and find out.
Go to China and...
We can be the next 2 Michaels.
We can. We really can. China. Let's see if we got mainland China. In mainland China, the age of consent for sexual activity is 14 years, regardless of gender or sexual orientation. Pretty progressive. Chinese law defines statutory rape as having sex with a girl who is less than 14 years of age. A 5-year prison sentence and fine may result if the girl under 14 years of age was acting as a prostitute. In August 2015, the law concerning underage prostitutes was repealed. Thank you. The statutory rape law now applies to underage prostitution as well. Persons with special duties towards minor females who have attained the full age of 14 shall be held accountable for rape if they compel the victim engaging in sexual relations with them by taking advantage of their dominant positions or the helpless situations of the victim. In 2020, there was a proposal to raise the age of consent in the wake of a scandal in the city of Yantai. In 2021, there was a proposal to criminalize teachers having intercourse with students in primary and junior high levels. I don't think either went through, thank God. Hong Kong any different?
It's the same
16
place.
Hong Kong.
Oh.
Which is strange because Hong Kong is China.
What about Taiwan?
What are you going to say? Is Taiwan different? It is also 16. We're going to have to get John Cena on this.
John China.
Don't
worry, he knows.
Zhao Gina. Well, that's all very interesting.
We've already done this
I know.
twice on the podcast.
But Philippines and Indonesia, man.
Yeah, there's also a few countries that don't have
They just
any
don't have
record.
it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess Cambodia, all bets are off. Bahrain, all bets are off. Tight.
Well, Laos.
Iran. Laos, 15. Yeah. But yeah, big shout out to. Okay. I guess. If the age difference is close, you can get as low as 12 in Indonesia and Philippines. But then, if not, it's 18. Disappointing. The lowest unrestricted: East Timor 14. Macau 14, the coolest part of China, and China, but just boys. Girls got to be 18. Interesting, And that concludes the every couple of weeks age of consent talk, which of course takes us to Japan, another country in Asia.
What's their age of consent?
I don't know, like 40. 13 restricted by authority, 18 unrestricted. Still don't really know what that means. Maybe I'll just read the thing it says. Restricted by authority. Younger partner is deemed able to consent to having sex with an older one as long as the latter is not in a position of trust or authority or is not recognized to be abusing the inexperience of the younger one. So basically 13 if it's chill.
All right.
Pretty much. So not bad.
That's not bad at all.
And that is the lowest age restricted by authority on record. So shout out to Japan. Once again, the coolest country in Asia.
I would say one of the.
Who's even in the running?
No, Thailand, Indonesia.
Keep in mind,
Philippines.
Keep in mind, Chechnya isn't a real country. It's just a weird thing in the Caucasus that I guess is part of Russia. But
well, yeah, I'm a big Azerbaijan fan.
It's a good one
with all of their world records that buildings that no one occupies.
Those are cool. I love that.
I love having a mentally ill dictator as your leader.
It's just, and like more than what, like, there's like 5 places that all border each other that all have mentally ill dictators. Yeah. It's awesome. It's the craziest part of the world.
I think we should join the Super Adventure Club and then go around and travel the world, being the first to have sex with little boys there.
Who doesn't like a Super Adventure Club?
That's a good question.
But Japan, specifically New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Is there an old Japan?
Is there an old Japan Pro Wrestling?
Who's old Japan?
I don't know. New does imply that that there was an old. Well, I guess both New Japan and All Japan sprung from Japan Wrestling Association when Antonio Inoki and Giant Baba got divorced and and each made their own promotion in their image. One of which being I don't know, like good work rate and stuff, and the other being pretending you're an MMA tough guy and and forsaking all of the wrestling that made you famous in the first place.
Yeah. Fuck the thing that took you to the dance.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Inoki's a weird guy.
I want fake fights.
Who doesn't want fake fights?
I want freak fights.
Sure. And we got fake fights to talk about. We got 3 goddamn days. I think I said this last time, but I love that the deeper we get into COVID, the more shows they try to do. Like I guess the first 2-day dome was pre-COVID, right?
Yeah.
Although, I mean, it was January 2020, so it was probably creeping its way into Japan.
Yeah.
But like the worse things get, the more restrictive crowd rules are, the more you try to do it's very counterintuitive. Like how about keep things small until you can have a full crowd who can make noise,
use their mouths.
Did you find the just the building and crowd as, like, I would describe it as eerie for a lot of the show? Because, like, yeah, it is weird to see 2 people wrestling in the Tokyo Dome that seats 55,000 people to complete silence.
Yeah, some
it's chilling.
Some of it was very weird, especially like the bad stuff, which is most of day 1. But it get picked up towards the end. Like, it was better towards the end.
For sure. Yeah. And what's funny is day 3, not in the Tokyo Dome, Yokohama Arena, I guess just because of the novelty of it, I thought it had overall way better heat than the 2 dome shows. Like the crowd was like way more up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the crowd was pretty into the main event on day 2.
The mains for sure, both mains, and some other big stuff.
But yeah, I think,
but overall, like middle of the show stuff, way hotter on day 3.
Yeah, and you probably got a good mixture of New Japan fans and Noah fans.
Yeah,
so the Noah fans were probably very excited that they're like seeing a big show with non-Noah people.
Yeah, definitely. So day 1.
Give me a second. I'm gonna get sexy on the bed. Oh yeah,
that's a nice lean you got. Oh
yeah. Adjust my penis so it's not poking through.
Excellent.
There we go. All right, let's talk for 3 more hours about wrestling.
Deal. So day 1 of Wrestle Kingdom. What are we talking? 16 probably.
Probably.
Well, just off the bat, how'd you like it? You had strong opinions when you texted me.
It sucked.
It
was bad.
Yeah, like
it wasn't even necessarily bad. It just wasn't a dome show.
That's the thing.
It felt like any regular tour, like end of tour show.
These 2 dome shows could have been one pretty good dome show.
Yes. You throw away all the 6-mans.
Throw away every 6-man, because literally
the 6-mans were just to build to the singles or tags.
Yeah, there's 6-mans on day 1 building to day 2 singles, or 6-mans on day 2 just stemming from day 1 singles.
Yes.
So cut out every 6-man. They're all useless.
Yeah,
it's not like one of them. It's not like one single one among the like 10 they did were necessary in the least. So just do the big matches. Like, look at old one-day dome show cards. Those are dome show cards.
Yes.
It's like mostly singles matches. Like, the tag matches are for titles.
Yes.
And
the tag matches were sometimes 3 or 4 teams.
Sure, to get more people on the show, which is fine. But there's like, the dome show has like 7 marquee singles matches, which this between the two does. But you got to watch 2 days of shows and a lot of bullshit. So starting off with the bullshit on day one, the King of Pro Wrestling 2022 Rambo.
Yep.
I know what a Rambo is. Not a Rambo, not a Rumble, a Rambo. It's almost Rainbow, but it's not.
And it's supposed to be a rando.
It could be rando.
New Japan rando match.
It's close to so many words, but isn't any of them. But anyway, it's done as a Royal Rumble style match where people come out every. It's pretty quick. It's it must be 60 seconds.
It was 6 seconds, I think. Yeah.
Featuring Yuto Nakashima, Yuji Nagata, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Tomoaki Hanma, Togi Makabe, Tatsumi Fujinami at the
ripe old age of 72?
68. Takuma Ichinoku, Satoshi Kojima, Ryohei Oiwa. He's going to have to do something about that name. He's a rookie, so there's time to change, but there's too many vowels going on in his name. Ryohei Oiwa. Ryohei Oiwa. I don't like Oiwa. I don't like...
No.
Because I guess you would pronounce it Oiwa?
Oiwa?
Because Oiwa is too... Like, just saying Oiwa is too anglicized, because I think it's 2 separate vowel sounds. But don't like it, fix it. Master Wato, Kosei Fujita, Hiroyoshi Tanzan, Doki, Bad Luck Fale, Eren Hanar. I like how I started doing Japanese voice when all the English names came in. Toruyano, Suzuki Minoru, Shima, and Chase Owens. So yeah, it was inoffensive.
It was exactly what it was.
Yeah.
It was some fun spots that were like Suzuki coming in and killing all the young boys.
Yeah, that was good.
All the old guys teaming up together.
Yeah, all the dads getting together. The 2 sort of big surprises were Fujinami, who's an old man who still looked all right for 68. Looked fine, actually. And Shima, which was cool, who I didn't think had ever done anything in New Japan before, but I guess there was something Dragon Gate related on like a 2010 show or something, because I think they said the first time in a New Japan ring in 12 years or something.
Like that. Yeah.
So, yeah, it was cool to see both of them. But it went 27 minutes. It didn't feel, I guess because stuff kept happening, it didn't feel like it overstayed its welcome or anything. It was all right.
Yeah, there literally wasn't anything to it. And then like the end, Yano came out and did, like he did last year or the year before maybe, did nothing. And was in the Final Four.
Yeah, last year he didn't enter the ring, right?
Yeah. This time he entered the ring as the last person to be eliminated.
Yeah.
Was eliminated, laid on the floor kind of laughing, and then Suzuki convinced the other 2 that they should just stomp on him a bunch and beat him up.
Yeah. Because like the rules of the match inevitably lead to it being anticlimactic, because any other battle royal type situation, one guy wins and there's like a definitive ending between the last guy and the second last guy. But this match is over when there are 4 people left, because then those 4 people have a match the next day. So it's weird to elimination. And hey, there's 4 guys left. Oh, it's over.
Hey, building to okay.
Like, are these guys? Are these 4 guys in the ring together gonna fight as normally happens when more than one person is in a wrestling ring? No, they're done. They will see each other tomorrow.
Shima only had 3 matches in May, 2 in May of 2009 and 1 in September of 2009, and that's it.
And were they just like Dragon Gate offer matches?
New Japan Wrestling Dontaku and New Japan Circuit 2009. Those are the names of the shows. And
were they like all Dragon Gate people? Or
nope, it was a mix.
Oh,
it was
actually
Kashin, Kanemoto, Otani, and Takaiwa versus Shima, Liger, Minoru Tanaka, and Sumo Dandy Fuji 2000.
Yep.
Who the fuck's that? Don Fuji?
Don Fuji.
And then, Liger, him and Liger against Kanemoto and Tiger Mask, and then him and Fuji against Akira and Manabu Nakanishi, former world champion.
Yep.
Kurosawa,
my man.
It's funny because that's actually the only way I knew him originally.
Yeah,
was from being in WCW.
I mean,
Kurosawa.
if you've only been exposed to North American wrestling, you would only know Nakanishi as award-winning director Kurosawa.
And he broke Hawk's arm.
It's true.
And then he wrestled Hawk at Halloween Havoc 95.
Yep, and it was
bad.
Match of the year. So our as far as finishes go for a match with this kind of rules, it was kind of fun. Fujinami had Togi Makabe in a figure 4. And there were 6 people left, and then the other 4 people pinned both of them in the figure 4, like 2 apiece.
Yeah,
and that was it. So kind of like a fun creative finish, but it's still weird because like, okay, we eliminated them. Now it's 4 of us. Let's square up. No more fighting. See you tomorrow.
Hit the showers.
Yeah. So Chase Owens, Shima, Minoru Suzuki, and Toriano are your co-winners of the Ranbo.
Yeah, and I think we probably predicted... Did we do 3 out of 4?
We didn't write anything down because we didn't know the people. I think we both said that Chase Owens and Yano were going to be in it. Yeah. I don't think either of us called Suzuki, and certainly not Shima, because we had no idea he'd be in it. David Q. Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter rated this 2 3/4 star, which I think is higher than usual for such a match. I predicted half a star. You predicted 3/4 of a star. What do you say?
I don't know. I'll give it a 1.
1. I talked it up. All right. I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna give it a
4.
That seems a little too high. Let's go. Let's say 1 3/4. I don't feel horrible saying 2. I liked Suzuki killing rookies. I liked the finish. I liked there being a Shima in it. I'm okay with 2. I can live with 2. Huh. There, done. First match on the main card, probably one of the matches we were most looking forward to on day 1. Former tag team partners collide of Sho and Yo. It couldn't have felt less like a blood feud. I'm on the cage match for it, looking for reviews for low scores to see what the angriest people said about it. 2 out of 10. What a fucking terrible way to kick off the greatest New Japan pay-per-view. Seriously, what the fuck even happened to Sho? Man used to be a great shooter with awesome technical skills. Now he's just an evil in the junior division. Fact. The match sucked, and it was slow as fuck with an obvious ending. Also, this means that House of Torture is winning on day 2 and retaining the Never Six-Man belts. You got it right, friend. Good job. What else? 4 out of 10. A blood feud finishing with a roll-up. Enough said. Easily one of the worst openers in Wrestle Kingdom history.
Probably.
Damn. Just a boring, flat, and dull match. Not what you want to open the biggest show of the year. This was supposed to be the culmination of a feud. There was no emotion from either of these guys. Yeah, it didn't feel like... It felt like they didn't have a feud.
Nope.
It just felt like 2 guys doing stuff.
Do you know what the opener was last year?
2021. Not offhand.
Oh, wow. Back-to-back years. Hiromu and El Phantasmo.
That is a stronger opener. And they did it the past 2 years. Interesting.
And then, let me see what I got here. I'm not going to do all of them because there's obviously a lot.
There's a couple.
Then you got the Liger retirement match.
Right.
And then you've got, so far, that match is whatever. It's a bunch of old men having fun, but there was some fun stuff in it.
Yeah.
Year before was Ospreay and Ibushi for the Never.
Which was amazing.
Then you got your 2012, you've got your Young Bucks versus Roppongi 3K for the junior.
You said 2012, but that can't be what you meant.
I said Wrestle Kingdom 12. I meant 12, not
Fair
2012.
Enough. Yeah.
And then 11. 11 was Tiger Mask W defeating Tiger the Dark in like 6 minutes.
Yeah, that was also not much fun. They were like, huh, that's what Ibushi's doing on the Dome show, huh?
Had a sick mask.
In a sick mask.
The year before that was the Young Bucks versus Red Dragon versus Seidel and Ricochet versus Roppongi Vice.
Which I think was really good.
Which was really good.
Yeah. The opener was often that like multi-team junior tag match.
Yep. And then you got year before was Red Dragon, Forever Hooligans, Time Splitters, Young Bucks.
Also really good.
I would say that's the correct answer.
Yeah.
It is. The year before that was Young Bucks, Forever Hooligans, Suzuki Goon, and Time Splitters.
I'm noticing a trend.
Before that... no, that's where it ends. That is where it ends.
Did we find one?
So Wrestle Kingdom 7, the opening match was Aki Boner, Nabu Nakanishi,
yes.
MVP and Strongman against Bob Sapp, Ilzuka, Yano, and Yujiro.
That's the one.
So within the last, from
9 years,
from 8 to now, it's the worst.
Yeah, but decidedly not the worst all time.
There has been worse.
So yeah, we both got the prediction wrong because it seems like Show's getting the bigger push than Yo. Although Yo did surprisingly go to the Super Juniors final, so maybe.
But that was mostly just to set up this match.
Yeah. So Yo won after foiling interference. I think after 4 ref bumps and Dick Togo up on the apron for the umpteenth time of the match. Yo bonked Show into him and was O'Connor roll with a bridge.
Yep.
And pin him. I'm like, huh. Wasn't expecting Yo to win. Also, wasn't expecting the match to be this boring.
It wasn't not necessarily
surprised me. Not even boring, just
bullshit.
Bullshit and never picked up.
Yeah. There wasn't
never
really any high
gear.
spots, super high spots.
Yeah.
And
for two guys who are both really good wrestlers.
Yeah, I agree with that person. Way to fucking ruin Show. He was ripped. He was Tanahashi's young boy. He was the next fucking stud. And now he's just an emo loser.
Yeah, he could have been
who just does bad heel tactics.
The next ace of the junior division.
Along with Taguchi.
He hasn't held the junior singles, has he? Am I crazy? Nope, he has not. I assume he's challenged for it, but never held it. And you know what? If he keeps up this nonsense, never will.
No, he's gonna. He's gonna.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised he hasn't.
Yeah, well, they've only been broken up for a little while.
Yeah,
and because Yo was hurt, right?
Yo was hurt,
and so it's not like he's really had a lot of opportunities to win it.
Yeah,
but still, this match was shit.
Yeah, Meltzer David
Q. Meltzer
gave it a pretty. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I won't qualify it. He gave it 3. I was gonna say a pretty generous 3. Although I don't know.
I agree. It's a generous 3.
The work wasn't terrible, but just it was disappointing.
But there wasn't anything there.
There wasn't.
And just the constant ref bumps, low blow, Dick Togo, wrench, all that shit. For me, that kills it.
Yeah.
I don't watch Japanese wrestling for that. If I wanted to watch that, I would watch WWE.
Yeah, if I want let me get my good wrestling somewhere and my bad wrestling somewhere. If I want good wrestling, I would like to watch New Japan, so don't fuck me on it. And if I would like to watch bad wrestling, yes, we'll watch WWE. We won't, but we know it's there.
Yeah.
So we both got the winner wrong, and we both predicted 3.5 stars. And we were both being kind of conservative on that. We were like tempering our expectations, like, hey, we know Show has fallen in with a bad crowd, and maybe they'll be mean in this match. So even though Yo and Show are perfectly capable of having probably a 4.5 star match, we're like, let's say 3.5, and give it a big ceiling.
Yeah, and then we can be very pleasantly surprised when it's like a 4.
Or we can be disappointed when it's what I'm going to say is 2.5.
I was also going to say 2.5.
I'm going to
went a full star rating too much.
Make a note that you
copied you. It's my one steal of the podcast.
Saying it's 2.5 stars.
This is my one steal.
So next up was Worthless Six-Man number 1. Although largely a talented roster in the match, Bullet Club of Phantasmo, Kenta, and Taiji Ishimori, probably the only 3 people in Bullet Club who can work. You're going to be making so much microphone noise.
Nope, it was on mute.
How long was it on mute?
I don't know, since you were talking. Okay. So I mean, yeah, there's, I guess, depends. Like, one of the 2 gorillas is serviceable, assuming they're still in the team.
Yeah, I guess.
It's kind of hard to tell because, like, Jay White and Hikuleo are in the U.S.
Yeah, they haven't been in Japan in a year and a half.
And, like, the gorillas just, like, haven't done anything since who even fucking knows.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to even say if they're still a team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as serviceable members.
3, in theory, good workers on the Bullet Club side, which is a thing
and 5 working arms.
And 5 working arms. Pretty good. Against Tanahashi and the mega coaches of Rocky Romero and Ryusuke Taguchi.
Let me tell you about which one of the mega coaches I hate.
Who's your favorite coach?
Who's my favorite coach?
Yes.
Well, it's definitely the one who uses his ass for everything.
Okay.
And is also really fat.
Cosplay, and is fat, and is old, and what other nice things can we say about him?
He looks way older than he is.
Yeah.
And all of his offense is terrible. Mm-hmm. And I hate him.
Yep.
And I wish he was dead.
Okay. The match went 8 minutes and ended in a disqualification when Tanahashi beat Kenta with a stick.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what my main problem with this match was.
Yep.
Which was Kenta is being billed as like a badass.
Yeah.
Like he's violent, he can like fuck you up if he wants to.
He's having a no DQ street fight with Tanahashi the next day.
Yeah, like he's really in this mindset of violence and killer and all that. And what they decide to do is they decide that he's going to do a bunch of silly bad guy offense to Taguchi's ass.
Here's the thing: if you're in a Taguchi match, you're working a Taguchi match, pal.
You're doing butt stuff.
Yeah.
You're doing ass work,
like
ass play.
Hey, Taguchi, Tanahashi and I have a pretty serious match tomorrow where I'm going to absolutely obliterate my face.
Yes, and fuck up my hip.
And have my hip fall out of my hip. So I feel like it would be incongruous if we did a dumb comedy match today. To which Taguchi, I assume, just like made the jerking off motion and walked past him
while holding up a sign that says 69 on it.
Yeah, big 69 guy. So that was that match.
There's literally nothing to it.
There's not. They did the first half of a match, and then
Kenta and Tanahashi just
then the stick came out and disqualification. A disqualification on a dome show.
Yay!
A thing that doesn't need to happen.
Yay!
We both picked the correct winner, although we probably wouldn't have guessed it was by disqualification.
Nope. I don't really think of Tanahashi as a DQ guy.
Losing by DQ. Meltzer gave it 2.25. I predicted 2.25. You predicted 3 because you are nothing if not an optimist.
Correct.
You're sticking with the 3?
No. Also, I hate El Phantasmo.
Sure.
I hate him more than anything. Maybe more than Taguchi.
Local boy done good?
Uh-huh.
El Phantasmo?
Yeah.
I'm telling him you said that.
He ruined Ishimori.
I will say, he's a bad influence on Ishimori. Because Ishimori is a beautiful jacked midget, Toryumon X trainee, the silliest class of Toryumon, who used to do the wildest shit and has now been reduced to his top rope moves are now back rakes.
Yeah.
Because Phantasmo, you shouldn't be, don't stop hanging around with that boy Phantasmo. He's a bad influence on you.
I don't like the way he talks around you.
Mrs. Ishimori should put her foot down about the friends that Taiji is hanging out with.
Let's get Mrs. Ishimori and Papa Kawada together. I want them to be stepbrothers.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sticking by my prediction or my prediction.
What are you going with?
I gave Sho and Yo.
You gave Sho
2.5.
You gave Sho and Yo 2.5.
Well, it's better than that, but it's also not good.
I don't know if it is better than that.
I think
Sho and Yo had a finish.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Did I enjoy it more?
I mean, possible. I mean, you're probably less disappointed by it, but I try not to let that affect my ratings too much.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'm
gonna give it
2 stars.
I just wrote 2 for myself.
Okay,
so
make a note that you stole a 2 from
make
me.
a note that you copied me.
Even though the podcast will note that I said 2 first.
You know.
Are you going to edit,
in your
the podcast so that you say 2 first?
You know how much I love editing and not just...
I know how much you love editing a 3-hour podcast.
My favorite. Hey, guess what was next? Without looking, guess what kind of match was next?
Was there more than 4 people?
Yep. Get this. Less than 7.
Was there one team that was way worse than the other team?
Let me have a look. You know what? It's not a bad group of guys.
No? They're good dudes? Solid dudes?
I would describe it as solid dudes. That being said, it was a worthless fucking 6-man.
It gave us one good thing.
It did give us one good thing. So we got United Empire versus Los Ingobernables, I believe it's pronounced, de Japan, which means you can't gober Japan. Great-O-Khan, Jeff Cobb, and Will Ospreay in his first match in Japan since retaining the title against Shingo.
Yeah.
In May 2021. And then hurting his neck, getting surgery, having to forfeit the title, and
saying
then
he didn't hurt his neck.
Saying he didn't hurt his neck, and then kind of getting in a fight with New Japan.
Yeah.
He's a weird guy.
He's a weird dude.
Like
his brains are mush.
Don't try to figure out Will Ospreay.
Yeah, don't overthink it.
Because you can't. You'll just be disappointed. Like why did he get a Hitler Youth perm? I don't know. He just did. Okay.
Yeah. Why is he marrying a pig woman?
All good questions. And look, the answers, you'll never be satisfied with the answers. So don't even try. Great-O-Khan, Jeff Cobb, and Will Ospreay versus Sanada, Bushi, and Tetsuya Naito. Went 9 minutes. Actually had a finish. I don't remember who pinned who, actually. Did Ospreay pin Bushi, Hidden Blade? Yeah.
Hidden Blade.
It came back to me. So the gimmick of this... Oh, also, again, this is a match on the Tokyo Dome, the most prestigious wrestling venue in Japan, if not the world. 3 of the people in the match never took their t-shirts off. Yep.
One of them barely got in the ring.
Although that was at least part of a gimmick. Yeah. But Naito kept a shirt on, Bushi kept a shirt on, and Ospreay did, right?
And Ospreay kept the shirt on. Yeah.
So yeah, again, this is fine on like on a Road 2 show.
Yeah.
Not
absolutely
the show.
Not the big show. There was the only real thing I took away from this match was there was a spot that I very much liked where Great-O-Khan was contemplating doing...
Was he Great-O contemplating?
He was Great-O contemplating doing house show, like the
yes.
the
House show dive,
Pescado, but like he couldn't like build up the courage to do it.
Yeah,
because he's not a high
scared.
flyer.
Yeah,
so he faked it a few times and then backed up in the ring and then told them to come.
Come in. I'm not doing it. Just come get me. Forget it.
Which comes back,
which pays off the next day.
So that's great. But yeah, that was I enjoyed that quite.
Which is that one of the reasons? And I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. That Great O'Con is your new favorite wrestler.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It's Great O'Con and Taichi. They're my two favorite wrestlers now.
And actually, I haven't watched much of it, but apparently he had like a pretty good G1 this year.
Good for him. That's why he's the number one technical wrestler.
That's why he won the Tokyo Sports Technique Award. So weird.
For doing claws.
For claws and Mongolian chops.
Yeah.
So yeah, United Empire wins. We both predicted that because I think we both said
we had a heated argument about it though.
We did, and because I think I might have started off wrong.
Yeah,
and I think you brought me to,
and I said there's no way Ospreay's losing a match going into a title match,
and I said, oh yeah, you're probably right, and you got it. So yeah, the thing is, Ospreay did almost nothing in the match, which plays into the post match of the of the main event. So
he did some great crowd work for sure. He was yelling at the crowd like, you want me to get in there? Like, no, I'm not getting in there. I got a big match tomorrow.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
He's a good heel. Meltzer gave it 3. I guess it's better. It was better than the previous 6-man. It had a finish, and it had some decent stuff. But again, it's just like stuff to build for tomorrow, and nothing that good on its own merit. I don't know if it's 3. You predicted 3. I predicted 2 3/4. It's probably I might even stick with my 2 3/4. I don't know where you stand.
I'm gonna stick with my 3.
And you'll stick with your 3.
I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change every one.
I feel like you wanted the copy.
No.
Next up,
I don't even like you.
Next up was the returning Katsuyori Shibata versus X, and we had a lot of theories about X going. I mean, Shelton Benjamin always on the table as X. Had some theories going in. We probably thought Suzuki was the most likely because he wasn't booked.
Yuji Nagata,
Sakuraba. Did not occur that it could be his star student Ren Narita. So Narita comes out. Shibata comes out in proper gear for the first time because he had shorts for his exhibition comeback with Sabre. So it was Shibata, and he looked like Shibata, and it was awesome.
His face is a little fatter.
His face hasn't been doing as much training as I think that's just age because he was in good shape.
Yep. Yeah, he looked his body wise. He looked exactly the same.
Yeah,
nothing changed.
Yeah, I mean he's been since he stopped being paralyzed, I'm pretty sure just been training nonstop every day
and coaching and shit
and
LA
coaching
and stuff
because he was told in no uncertain terms that he would and could never wrestle again, but he didn't hear that, and he's like, look, he's Dennis Stamp on the trampoline in Beyond the Mat. Yeah. And just you got to keep in shape for the next. You never know when the next match is coming. Apparently it's it's been almost 5 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
April 2017.
What do they say?
1600 days.
1700 days, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, ridiculous, but amazing that he's back. I hope he stays back and doesn't get hurt. Well, he's not on the next.
It depends how mad they are with him backstage.
Well, it does depend on how mad they are with him backstage. Because here's the deal: the match was announced as, even though this wasn't I guess the other one had a 5-minute time limit, and this didn't. But it was largely announced as the same rules as the comeback match he had with Zack Sabre, a no strikes grappling match.
Yeah.
So that's what we were expecting going in, and then Narita enters, Shibata enters to the best entrance music in the world that isn't available in a proper form anywhere and hasn't been for the 10 years he's been using it, which pisses me off to no end. Shibata immediately gets on the microphone, says, you know those rules? Fuck those rules. I want to do punches to the brain.
Remember when I almost couldn't walk for the rest of my life?
Remember that?
Fuck it.
Again.
Let's go hard. It would have been rad if he threw a headbutt.
I was wondering how out of his mind he is.
I don't know. I mean,
he didn't throw a headbutt.
Getting back into wrestling after being told you can't wrestle
will
make a man prove that he's the toughest in the world.
It really will. Narita did stay away from his head, though.
Yeah.
Which, how scared are you if you're Narita?
I don't know, because I guess, in theory, you're training with Shibata all the time. He's your mentor, so if he tells you to hit him, what are you supposed to not hit him?
True, but what if you hit him and
then he just collapses?
Then he has to have his brain removed.
Well, that's the risk you take.
So Shibata gets on the mic and says, "Yeah, we're just doing a fucking match," and nobody knew this. Management did not know this. They were flipping out backstage. I don't know if the ref knew it. The ref seemed a little surprised.
Yeah, he was definitely a little what do I...
Yeah, I don't actually think the ref knew it. Presumably Narita knew it because they would have talked about what they were going to do in the match.
Yeah.
Although I don't think a lot of the match was called. It was a pretty, it seemed like a very call it in the ring match.
Yeah.
But, so they just had a full-on pro wrestling match. So we'll see if, again, he's not on the next tour, but we'll see what happens next with Shibata.
Will there be repercussions?
Anyway, it was great. They had a super tight, OG New Japan style match. This was a strong style match. Legit holds and hard strikes, which is what strong style is, which has been completely perverted to any American only fan who uses the term strong style uses it completely wrong. They call indie spot fests strong style. I'm that's not what it is. If anything, you're talking more about late 90s All Japan Kings Road head drop style. That's way closer to the indie shit than what strong style actually. Tatsumi Fujinami is strong style. Inoki, when he's not wrestling a boxer, is strong style.
Or a fat page boy.
Or a fat guy with a page boy haircut kicking him in the face like a goddamn dog.
We've probably brought this up in the past before, but even if you're not a wrestling fan at all, you want to see the greatest thing you've ever seen, look up Bill Burr doing commentary over Antonio Inoki versus the Great Antonio,
which is confusing because they're two Antonios, but that's what it is.
It is the most amazing thing you'll ever see. That and Coco Beware hitting a job really hard.
Yeah,
but even if you don't like wrestling, but you just want to hear and see something amazing, just look that up.
Do yourself a favor. Yeah, it's great. So how did you like the first real Shibata match?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was solid. It was very solid. He looked pretty good.
Yeah,
didn't really seem like he was rusty or tired.
Yeah,
Narita looked really good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's his first kind of high profile match in Japan. Mm-hmm. So he actually got to showcase that he's been developing quite well. He in theory will be a star unless they really fuck him.
Unless they Master Watto him.
Yeah. Or the original Great Okan.
Yeah.
And you were like, what the fuck is this?
Why has this happened?
But yeah, it was great. I was so happy I got to see the corner drop kick.
Yeah.
And just all of his spots. I thought the finish was great.
Yep.
Choke him until he's down and then just mean old fucking soccer kick.
Yep. No screwing around. And it's nice sometimes where even though there haven't been a bunch of near falls, one thing happens and it's the finish. There was no question. Narita was not kicking out of that kick. No. The match is over now, and that's nice sometimes. Sometimes you don't need a an Okada Osprey finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was great. I was very happy to see him back, and I hope it's I hope it's the start of him
Yeah.
getting back in there on a regular basis.
Let's get Shibata, Ishii, and Goto world title runs in 2022. Is that the most optimistic thing anyone has ever
Yes.
said about pro wrestling?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you'd be hard pressed to have one of them win the world title ever.
Yep.
If they
Correct.
if they haven't at this point, when Goto was like getting a push to main event status in 2010.
Yeah. Or
and
when he won the G1 in 2008.
yeah, like I can't imagine that any of them are getting a push.
Yep.
They're a little too old and too like long in the tooth at this point, even though they're all still great.
Sad.
But like, there's so many other people like
Evil.
I mean, yes, like Evil. But you still have Shingo, you still have Sonata, you still have Naito.
Yeah.
Then you have Osprey in theory, like still, and I'm sure they'll push Great Khan at some point.
Evil.
And also Evil.
So yeah, Meltzer gave this 3.5.
Okay.
I predicted 4.
Mm-hmm.
You predicted 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you stand?
I think it's hard to give it a really high rating because it wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long.
And it's also, in theory, not the kind of wrestling I love. Like the technical...
Yeah.
But I mean, the strikes were mean, and
sure.
there wasn't a lot of like boring downtime.
Yeah.
Not a lot. There was a little bit. I think that for me, at least 4 is high.
Yeah, I don't think I can go 4 on it.
I might just keep it.
3.5.
I might just keep it 3.5.
It's right around 3.5. Do I agree with you and Dave Meltzer?
I don't know.
What does that say about me?
It says that you're average. That there's nothing special about you. You're a regular boy.
3.5 it is.
Regular boy with a regular sized penis.
Yep. 3.5.
And a loose butthole.
Next up, never open weight title match. Champion Tomohiro Ishii in a big singles match on the Tokyo Dome. Everyone's excited for him, defending against Evil of the House of Torture with Dick Togo at ringside.
I want some dick to go.
Sitting at a 1.93 out of 10
God.
on cagematch.net.
Is that Ishii's lowest rated match? It has to be, right?
Ooh, great question. I bet it's his...
I bet you there's Ishii versus like Iizuka matches that are better than this.
That is a fun question. Let's have a look. Sort by reverse. First one with the rating. It is Tomohiro Ishii's lowest rated singles match of his career on cagematch.net. His
I hate it.
Besides a Rambo with handcuffs at the July 2021 Dome show.
Yeah.
That is his second lowest, and his third lowest and second lowest singles match is his match with, interestingly, Evil from the day before that Dome show. So his 2 lowest rated singles matches ever versus Evil.
What's Evil's like average match rating?
Evil... I don't know if they do, like, his wrestler rating is 6.79. I don't know if there's a way to do average match rating. But he's got lots of... Oh, that's also Evil's. Both guys' worst match. Worse than both of Evil's matches with Toru Yano last year.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, it was there was... As much as you know exactly what's going to happen as far as like interference, bullshit, Dick Togo, blah, 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 it started out okay. Like the brawling was fine. The stuff outside the ring was whatever. That's you kind of come to expect that in like that's kind of the New Japan style now is start on the floor, like whipping into the guardrails. Maybe you take a quick snap bump on the floor, back in the ring, blah, blah, blah. Once they got in the ring, it was fine, and once Ishii started getting offense, it was pretty good. But then, yeah, just as soon as the low blows, the ref bumps, the ref getting thrown in the way of Ishii doing a spot, Dick Togo up on the apron, like as soon as all that starts happening, it's like you don't even pay attention anymore.
No,
because it's so unwatchable and just boring.
What do they think they're doing?
They're recreating NWO
What are you
2000.
accomplishing? Like, I don't get it. What is the goal?
They're doing NWO 2000.
Why?
Ghetto and Jado are 22 years behind in booking.
But Ghetto's like the best booker of all time. What's going on?
But not anymore.
I guess not.
I mean, everybody falls. Look at Vince. Vince sucks. And he sucked for a while. So it's.
I was going to say, Vince had maybe one good year. He has mostly sucked his whole career.
1994.
I'd say 95. The Diesel title run.
Bringing back Bob Backlund.
Yeah. But like, I don't get what the plan. What is the best case result of this bullshit?
I don't know if there is like a best case or an end result. I just feel like it's this is what heels do.
And the idea of doing it, like Evil turned heel when New Japan started running shows again after COVID started. So that the entire Evil heel run has been during COVID.
Yeah.
During COVID, we're at a time where fans are not allowed to boo. Fans can only communicate by clapping.
Yeah.
So for all of this bullshit, House of Torture, Evil, Togo, show, ref bump, interference, low blow, bullshit.
Wrenches,
there hasn't been, it has not elicited a single boo.
No.
Mostly silence.
Maybe they're trying to redevelop the heel heat.
How?
By having silence. Silence is the new heel heat.
Silence is the new heat.
They're helping WWE out.
I hate it.
Yeah, me too. It's awful.
0 out of 10. This is everything I used to watch New Japan to get away from, and is everything I hate about pro wrestling.
That's what I said.
1 out of 10. I have nothing to say except this is bullshit. New Japan, please stop wasting the talent of Ishii, and for God's sake, please end all this House of Torture bullshit. Nobody likes it. 1 out of 10. This is by far the worst Ishii match in his whole career that I've ever seen. Evil is just that bad. Just awful, awful stuff. House of Torture needs to end. What a terrible group.
Please kill them with fire.
0 out of 10. If I could give this a negative rating, I would. I hated this. Hated it. That's a Roger Ebert reference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hated every lifeless, boring, obscene inch of it. Get rid of Dick Togo and this House of Torture garbage that is plaguing the shows. I'm going to keep going. These 0 out of 10. I really don't understand wasting Ishii at Wrestle Kingdom with this garbage. I stopped watching anything involving House of Torture a while ago, but thought, seeing as though it's Wrestle Kingdom, I'd give it a go. What a mistake that was. So overbooked, so nonsensical, and like I said, such a waste of Ishii. There was one that looked interesting. Where was it? This was the worst match I've watched in Wrestle Kingdom history. Evil was once a great brawler that pushed Prime Okada to his limits. Yeah, remember they had a great match, I think G1 2017. Now he has to resort to cheating and his Bullet Club minions to get the job done. Moreover, his opponent was Ishii, who could have a great no-nonsense brawl that Ishii is known for, but no, within minutes Togo gets involved and it becomes a big mess. Shenanigans, interference, and a whole lot of bullshit. There were instances of potential greatness, but it all went south fast. There's what this match is a landmark. I do not remember the last time New Japan had an actually outright terrible big title match on their January 4th show. To do that, and more so be able to do that with Tomohiro Ishii, one of the most consistently good in-ring performance in history, is nothing short of a miracle, unless they actually tried to make it bad on purpose. I could go on with like 10 more, but that you get the idea.
I do.
People are mad. Meltzer gave it 1 star. I predicted 3.5. You saw the writing on the wall a little bit. You said 2 3/4. What do you think?
I think this is a dud.
I have to go dead.
Dud. D-U-D.
You gotta go dud.
D-E-A-D. Dead. I'm trying to figure out which one is the movie that he said hated to.
Yeah, what the fuck was it? Ebert hated this movie. I hear him saying it.
North.
Interesting.
North with Elijah Wood.
Poor Elijah.
North is the world. I hated it.
If only Ebert had lived to see Come to Daddy, he would have to apologize to Elijah Wood.
Mm-hmm.
Filmed in my home away from home, Tofino, British Columbia. Yeah. I hated this match.
Hated it. 10 times hate.
Like the last 2 years, I think Ishii has gotten fucked in the Never 6-Man gauntlet.
Yeah.
And then I think 2019, I think he had a singles with Sabre.
For the British...
For the Rev Pro British title, which was very good but short.
Yes,
I think
short.
they went maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that show had a hard time limit. It had a hard out, and I have a hard on.
I have a hard in.
Ooh. So, next match for the New Japan Heavyweight Tag Team titles, the Dangerous Techers of Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi,
My new favorite wrestler,
along with Great Khan, taking on the New Japan World Tag League winners of Hiroki Goto and
Hiroko Goto. Isn't that the name of Kenzo Suzuki's wife, Hiroko? Hiroti? Hiranda?
Macaroni? And Yoshihashi, a perennial underdog.
This is where my notes started, so...
Okay. This match was really good. Considering one half of this match are on paper bad wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's really good. And also Taichi might not be a bad wrestler anymore.
Yeah, one of the two bad wrestlers surprised us.
Yeah.
The other one was still bad.
I mean Yoshihashi is gonna Yoshihashi.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Yeah.
I wrote that this was 4 of the worst bodies in New Japan.
Yeah, we're like,
because
Zack Sabre has the best body in this match.
Yeah, like Yoshihashi is skinny fat.
Yeah.
Zack Sabre's a twink.
Yeah.
Goto is in shape but has no muscle definition.
And is just aging.
And Taichi has like an HGH gut.
Yeah, Taichi's working on the Zanday look.
Yeah. He looks awful.
Speaking of us talking about superficial things, has there been any Fashion Corner stuff up to this point to comment on?
Not yet.
Okay, good. Didn't want to miss any.
I mean, other than Ishimori has awful hair and Naito has awful hair.
Oh yeah, Ishimori had really stupid hair. Not stupider than Osprey's. No. Again, permed Hitler Youth.
Permed Hitler Youth.
Yeah, so this match, 1, overachieved big for me, and 2, reminded me, because like I haven't seen a lot of like prominent Goto matches.
That's because there haven't
been any lately. But he is like, goddamn, one of my favorite match putter togethers. He has so much like cool creative shit, and he loves sequences.
He does
in every match, and they're good. They're really fun. And man, the match was like 50 minutes, like great length. Didn't go too long, but even in those 50 minutes had some like big kickouts down the stretch, but I don't think too many.
Nope.
And we got to see the 18 different double team moves that Goto and Yoshihashi have created, which is cool. And yeah, by far the most pleasant surprise of the show for me.
Me too. I think for a lot of people, wasn't it?
I think so. I don't think a lot of people were predicting an over 4-star match from them.
No, absolutely not. The notes I put were there was the DT, as we'll call them.
DT, Dangerous Techers.
Did the Holy Demon Army finish.
Yes, they did the chokeslam backdrop,
which was great.
Taichi's shout out to Daddy Kawada. Yep.
Then Yoshihashi and Goto did a bunch of tag team moves.
So many.
All very cool, except for the one that they blew.
Except the one that didn't work on Taichi, where he zigged where he was supposed to zag.
Yep. And the other note I wrote was Taichi wasn't bad for once.
No, he was good.
So...
I'm learning in the right settings, Taichi works.
Yeah.
I think this is almost the opposite of the Phantasmo Taiji relationship, not to be confused with the Saber Taichi relationship. I think Saber's a good influence on him.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Saber's making him wrestle good.
I think so too. Yeah. And I like that.
I think Saber's withholding coke from him. He's like, look, if this match isn't over 4 stars, I'm just keeping it all to myself.
I'm just keeping it. It's mine.
Yeah.
It's all for me.
I'm going to make you watch me do it.
I'm going to call up my friend Velveteen Dream.
My mates.
And we're also going to do some coke. And then he's going to do worse things than me.
And then, then when Velveteen Dream is done doing coke with me, he's going to solicit nudes from a 15-year-old boy in Perth, Australia.
Yep.
Whose full name I was about to just say, but I won't, because who's that helping?
Him.
But yeah. So yeah, really like this match. So did Meltzer. He gave it 4 1/4.
That's crazy.
I had predicted 3 1/4. You had predicted 2.5. This is the direction I like. This is the opposite of Show versus Yo.
Yeah. Thought it would be whatever, and pleasantly surprised.
Really good.
I'm giving it a 4.
I'm giving it the Meltzer 4 1/4. I really, really, really liked it. I think it's my
favorite match of all time.
I think I liked it more than the next match. I don't know if that's the same for you. But the next match is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title match of El Desperado defending against Best of the Super Juniors winner Hiromu Takahashi.
The second best Takahashi.
Yeah, nobody's touching you, Jiro.
No.
So
I wrote,
I did not expect such a dominant Desperado win.
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
Yeah.
This is one of 2 matches that I'm going to state that in. Desperado kind of kicked his ass.
Yeah.
I wrote all white gear Desperado somehow looks more evil.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the face paint or the mask. Or...
I think the white face paint with the white gear looks scarier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
It's cool. It's absolutely cool. Gear. Yeah.
The opening rope running exchange was fucking rad.
Yes.
Like, it was fast, and it went for like a couple minutes of just like running counters, leapfrogs, flips. Like, it was really, really good.
Yeah. And
like, solid.
Did that go right into the long strike exchange, or was there some shit between?
There
might have been something
a little bit in the middle. Yeah. There was a Jun Kasai reference.
Yes.
On commentary by Chris Charlton, and because Desperado did the sort of big splash off the top, which it was then referenced to that just Desperado missed Best of the Super Juniors in 2019 because Jun Kasai broke his jaw.
Which, if you would ask me if Desperado and Jun Kasai had ever wrestled, I would have said no. Like, when
Freedoms.
What was Desperado doing there?
Hanging out in Freedoms.
It was not. It was a Taka and Taichi produce show, Taka Taichi Mania 2.
Okay.
Where Desperado and Kazai wrestled to a double countout and then restarted the match and wrestled to a no contest, which was maybe the plan, or maybe the no contest was when he got his jaw broken and they just had to stop.
Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, that was it. Main event of that show, Taichi defeating Taguchi in a 28-minute match.
Yay.
Should I download Taka Taichi Mania 2 from May 7th, 2019?
Is there good stuff on it?
I've said all the things that matter. Oh, pardon me. Taka Michinoku versus Geto.
Sick.
You back in?
Yeah. Never stopping.
That's interesting. So yeah, Desperado Kazai. Yeah, when Charlton said like shout out to Jun Kazai with that splash, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, but yeah, that was actually the intention. So very interesting. Yeah, I like I said, I really like that long. Like it's a Hiromu signature. I feel like Hiromu, because Dragon Lee can't easily go to Japan right now. Hiromu has just made Desperado his new Dragon Lee. He's like, you're Dragon Lee now. You're doing Dragon Lee things with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is fine.
Here are the ideas that you're doing. Learn them.
Here's the list of the things I like.
These
Wrestling Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
Getting paralyzed by Dragon Lee.
Then there was a very cool, I wasn't entirely certain if it was intentional or it just sort of like flowed that way. Mm-hmm. But Desperado went for the stretch muffler.
Yeah.
And sort of picked Hiromu up off the ground and had him, and Hiromu somehow managed to spin around and turn it into a destroyer.
Yes.
But I don't know if the destroyer was intentional or it was supposed to be maybe a sunset flip or something.
I think it was supposed to be a destroyer.
Yeah. But yeah, it looked really good.
Because Hiromu does that again with Dragon Lee, out of getting power bombed and stuff, he'll turn it into a destroyer. So I think that was the intention. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the finish was really smooth. Looked really good. He hit the Pinche Loco.
Yeah. Angel's wings.
And very clean.
Yep.
And then just picked him right, rolled right through into it, right back up again. Dead center and bam.
Pin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't know if that means Hiromu is gonna do non-junior stuff, because it was a very definitive loss, and I think we said in the preview definitive loss in junior match at the Dome show often leads to guys starting to work heavyweight, Kushida, Omega, Ospreay alone in recent years. So yeah, Hiromu's a really small guy, but doesn't mean he can't work heavyweight. He was in the New Japan Cup. He hasn't. It'd be cool. Put him in the G1.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, because there's tons of...
You're putting worse guys in there every year.
Yeah, there's tons of Hiromu versus heavyweight singles matches we've never seen. Lots of has there been a Hiromu Okada? Was there a heavyweight versus junior?
No, it wasn't Okada though. Wasn't it Naito?
That sounds more right. And there's a good Hiromu versus Ishii, I think, in the 2020 New Japan Cup, which was good. But yeah, there's tons of stuff on the table that he could do if he started working non-junior shit. Let me just see if there's a singles with Okada. I don't think there is a singles with Okada. Oh yeah. Oh, semifinal of the 2020 New Japan Cup. Okada beats Hiromu by referee's decision in 27 minutes. I think that was good too. I think I have seen it. But yeah, more stuff like that, please. It's it'd mix things up. But yeah, very definitive win for Desperado. Meltzer gave it the same as the tag match, 4.25. I predicted 4.5. You predicted 4. Where are we at?
Drew Stanley was 4.
Drew Stanley was 4. I am giving it 4. So you're giving it the same as the tag, both 4. Yeah. I'm giving it a quarter less than the tag, but listening to your notes on it, it was very good. But I don't know. That time has passed. Main event. Shingo Takagi defending the World Heavyweight title against G1 winner Kazuchika Okada. And this went better.
Kazuchika.
This went better than my viewing of those G1 finals, because very, very rarely do I watch a New Japan show by myself without knowing the results. So I couldn't tell the last time I did it before the G1, but I did it for the G1 this year because I'm like, it's Okada Ibushi. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to download it the morning it comes out and watch it not knowing anything, and then I can be surprised by the winner. And I watched it and I was surprised by is that where Sabre came back? Yes, it was. Yeah. So I got that. So Sabre. Shibata, is that where Shibata came back and wrestled Sabre? Yeah. So that was awesome. And then I watched the G1 finals that I had been excited for, and it was going really good. And then stupid Ibushi did a stupid Phoenix Splash and wrecked his stupid shoulder and ruined the match, and it was over. And I was like, I'm never doing that again. But I did it with the show, and with both days of the show. Actually, I didn't know any results when I watched either, which is a fun way to go in, and a way I rarely go in with anything I don't watch live, obviously. But they had a whole match, and it was good, and nobody got hurt. So I considered that a win. That being said, I don't know if it was the best Okada Shingo match. I think their G1 2020 was probably better, but I don't know. The problem is just standards for Okada, and at this point Shingo too, actually. Just like anything less than unbelievable ends up kind of disappointing.
Especially main eventing Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, Dome Show main event, which it's too bad. Like they had a great 35-minute match. It just, the fact it was not an all-time great makes it sort of disappointing. It's impossible standards, really.
It really is.
But what are you gonna do? I don't have notes on it. Do you have some notes on the actual thing? There's a fashion corner for Okada. Are we talking?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Okada had the Inoki robe.
Yeah, and it had a bunch of writing on it that was like
that I didn't know until later.
I didn't know that till day 2 when he was coming out.
Did they say it on day 2?
They said it on day 2.
I was gonna say, how did I find that out? Yeah. Because I
Charlton says it on day 2 that it's like a bunch of like history of.
It's like the history of New Japan.
Of his like rise to being the ace, sort of.
Yeah,
and that
which is crazy because like the writing on it is so small that from a distance it just looks like design.
Yeah, it just looks like pattern.
Yeah, and then you get close, I'm like, oh, that's all text.
Yeah, but it's like white and gold, or white and silver.
Yeah, so it's like silver on white.
Yeah, so it's hard to see unless you're up close.
Yeah,
but it was beautiful. It was very cool.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And it's kind of, I mean, I'll touch more on that when we get to the main event of the second day.
Yeah.
As far as gear corner, fashion corner.
Yeah.
So the notes that I made for this, that it had one of those, it had one of my favorite counters to the Rainmaker, which is just the go for the Rainmaker, and when you separate, the other guy throws the Rainmaker.
Yep.
Like without any sort of like count, like that's the counter. Like that's really cool. I like that one a lot. They also did the backslide, pull him through into one, which was really good.
Yep.
One note that I made is Okada loves doing drop kicks. He did 7 or 8 different drop kicks in this match.
Yeah,
between like the front thrusty ones. Like he did a top rope one. He sort of did a John Woo in the corner.
Yeah, he does do a John Woo-esque one.
Then he just did like 2 or 3 other like small ones, and then of course like,
and like his big
setup
versus running counter one.
Yeah,
and then sometimes he does the standing one to guys back sometimes. Yeah.
But yeah, he did a lot. Yeah. He loves them. They're like his favorite. Then just one move that made me pop was he did the tilt-a-whirl, but into a sit-out.
Yes.
Which I was like, whoa, what? That was crazy.
Into like, sort of like...
Like a Michinoku driver.
Michinoku driver, yeah.
Yeah, but it was great. Like, that was really cool. And then, the only other note I made was after the match, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't really feel like a Dome Show main event. Like it definitely felt like just one of the other bigger shows of the year.
Yeah, you said it felt like the February title defense.
Yeah, or something. Like I never really thought that Shingo was going to win. And I also didn't really feel like they did as much as they could have, maybe because they did a lot more in the second day, but and like the finish was just sort of like Shingo hits all of his moves, and Okada kicks out of all of his moves, and then Okada hits a couple Rainmakers, and that's it. It's done. Yeah.
I wanted. I don't know what I wanted. It's always hard to articulate. I wanted something a little different from the finish.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I can't say what. Maybe just a different order of events.
Yeah.
But yeah, that all said, it was really good. Meltzer gave it 4 3/4. I predicted 4 3/4. You predicted 5 because you are an optimist, and I respect that.
Yep.
I'm guessing you're not still giving it 5.
No.
What are you giving it? Or would you like me to go first?
No, because then you're going to say I'm copying you if I say the same thing. So I'm going to go first.
Interesting.
I'm going to say 4.5.
I'm going to say 4.
Yeah, you copied me.
I should have fucking written it down. God damn it. I should have written it down.
Yeah, it did really leave a little bit to be desired at the end. Like I really wanted there to be more of a, like, in the finish.
Yeah,
and
it's not like, and it's not because it's so hard to say what I want. Because it's not like I need more kickouts. It's not that per se.
And I don't need to do like
it's just something.
Several minutes of counters and reversals or anything, but just like do your finish twice and your other big move, kick out immediately into the other guy's finish twice, finish.
Yeah,
like just seems kind of like okay.
Yeah,
like that's how it would have ended.
Yeah, it's just something else I needed there. But that being said, we both gave it 4.5 stars, which is a great match.
Yeah,
it's just it's just not the greatest, and
it's just not a 7-star match.
It's not 7. And that's day 1. Going straight to day 2, no time wasted. January 5th, we're on now. Wrestle Kingdom 16, day 2. And man, did we start with 3. Count them, 3 pre-show 6-man tag matches. Let's get through these quickly.
As fast as humanly possible.
So we don't have predictions for any of these because none of these were announced.
No. I think it just said 6-man pre.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. Which, I don't know about
Little
you.
did we know was 3 6-man pre's.
I was going to say, I don't know about you. I don't have enough pre for 6 men at this age.
No, me neither. No. I barely have enough for 1.
I have 1 man pre.
1-man pre.
First one is it's a match.
It involves some people.
This is a match. Great Bash heel, still technically a stable / tag team of Togi Makabe and Tomoaki Hanma, and the walking corpse of Tomoaki Hanma and Cool Dad Yuji Nagata taking on the Bullet Club of Bad Luck Fale, Geto, and the also walking corpse of Jado. They wrestled for 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Hanma got the pin, which was cool and sad at the same time somehow.
I was really hoping for another Bad Luck Fale fucking border toss.
I don't know if you can do that to Hanma anymore. I think his soul would leave his body if he gave him another tossing powerbomb.
What if you did the tossing powerbomb into a bathtub full of mustard?
Bathtub full of sure. A piranha tank.
Piranha tank, yeah. Electric eel tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to watch Hanma versus Shibata from whatever year that was, 2015.
Yeah,
right now.
I want to know what a day in the life of Hanma looks like.
I think it takes Hanma close to 3 hours to get out of bed.
Probably.
I think it's a real ordeal.
There's a lot of stretching.
Maybe even a system of pulleys.
Maybe.
I don't know if he can get out of bed under his own power
It's
anymore.
A Wallace and Gromit type situation.
I think so, yeah.
With like a Whoopi Goldberg machine. And...
Yeah, exactly. It's tough. It's cool that he came back after Jado paralyzed him with a very routine move.
Those are always the ones that paralyze.
But he's not very mobile, and it bums me out to watch him.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because he's one of my favorite wrestlers of this generation, or whatever generation he's a part of. Meltzer gave the match 1.5 stars. Which...
that is generous.
Might be generous, honestly, for what was going on here.
What did I give the day 1? I gave it 1?
You gave
the Rambo.
You gave the Rambo 1.
It's worse than the Rambo, so I'm giving it 3/4.
That's fair. I gave the Rambo 2. I agree it's worse than the Rambo. I will give it 1, and that 1 is purely because Hanma got the pin. Otherwise, it's a -6. And you give it 3/4.
So you're saying a Yuji Nagata over Jado is a -6?
Yes.
But a Hanma over...
Hanma got it an extra 7 stars.
Okay. Fair.
Next up, more dads. Tenkoji, Hiroshi Tenzan, and Satoshi Kojima taking on, and Master Wato taking on Suzuki-gun of El Desperado, Taka Michinoku, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. So Desperado, who had got one of the most dominant wins over junior ace type guy, Hiromu Takahashi, that had ever happened, jobs to Master Wato on the pre-show to set up the next challenge.
Well, why wouldn't he?
I don't know.
How else are you supposed to set up the next challenger?
Look, I know you need to set up challengers. I understand that. I just don't know about
Master Wato?
I mean, he's actually fine. He just has a weird kung fu gimmick. But it's just that those were the two things Desperado did back to back.
Yeah.
Like beat Hiromu and then lose to Wato.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a poor 24-hour turnaround. Was my only issue. But
yeah, that's true.
I know you do need to create challengers, and I don't think Wato's had a singles junior title shot. So
I don't think Wato's won a match.
That's entirely possible until today. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Meltzer gave it 3.25.
Wow.
Yeah.
High.
Probably high, I would say.
I don't know how much of this match I retained. I feel like I watched it on 1.5 speed and it just kind of flew by.
Yeah, I'm not...
Oh, tired boy.
Well, I was just remembering the match. And not...
If I closed my eyes right now, I'd fall asleep. You'd be doing a podcast all by yourself.
Oh, boy.
But I'd be asleep, so you can do whatever you want to me.
Oh.
I hope nobody fondles my butt while I fall asleep.
No, I hope nobody tortures me. Yeah, it's not 3.25. It's
2?
2?
2? Question mark?
I'll go 2.25 to be different. You can have the 2.
Okay.
Even though I was thinking it first. The third and final pre-show 6-man tag match. LIJ of Bushi, Hiromu, and Shingo. Why is Bushi listed first? And former world champion Shingo taking on Suzuki-gun of Zack Sabre, the We Like Him Now Taichi, and Doki, which we thought was Dookie, but both white commentators call him Doki, as in Loki with a D, which is how the only way I can remember it. So thank you for that.
And the only way you can picture Loki is with a D. Brandon Silvestri's dick. That's what you picture.
Oh, you know what? I had Tom Hiddleston in my head for that, not Brandon Silvestri.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Battle of who's your Loki? Who's your guy? I mean, you got to pick one. One's got to go.
I'm a Senshi man, so
the loophole.
The loophole.
Brandon Silvestri continues on as Senshi. And Hiddleston holds the Loki crown.
Yeah.
Perfect. So this was another 6-man match that happened.
Yeah. I surprisingly took 2 notes for this one.
Look at you.
I wrote, there was some good Hiromu Taichi stuff.
Yes.
And I wrote, it's Doki, not Dookie. So
yeah. And I feel like there's some very good Hiromu Sabre stuff.
Yes.
I think they did some cool shit.
Yeah.
This was definitely the best of the 6-mans.
Low bar, but okay.
Meltzer agrees. Only a 1/4 star higher than the previous one. The previous one 3.25. This one 3.5. 3.5, probably still high.
Still seems high.
But I gave the last one 2.25. You gave it 2. I'm fine giving it 3. I don't know.
Damn it! I was going to say 3 too.
You were going to say 3. I know you.
Fuck. Make a note.
You little bitch. Make a note. onto the actual show.
Oh, good.
Can you believe it?
As if there wasn't enough matches already.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. The day 3 only has 11.
Oh, good.
But I don't know how much we're going to talk about a lot of day 3. So it's all right. 3-way.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you back?
I fell asleep thinking about how many matches there was going to be.
So many matches. 3-way tag match for the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles. Flying Tiger. I thought it was Flying Tigers. It's not. Flying Tiger. The champions of Robbie Eagles and Tiger Mask 4 in a title match in 2022. Champion going in, champion going out. I would not have made that bet a year ago. So good on him.
No, me neither. And like they were a randomly thrown together team for the Super Juniors, and then they were like,
we'll just win them.
We'll just win them. We're the champs now.
Taking on your boys, the Mega Coaches of Rocky Romero and Ryosuke Taguchi, and officially billed as, did you know this?
Yeah, Bullet Club's cutest tag team.
Bullet Club's cutest tag team.
Yeah, they've been calling themselves that for
El
a while.
Phantasmo and Taiji Ishimori, stop hanging around with Phantasmo.
Cut it out. Just cut it
Get
out.
some better friends. Why can't you hang out with that nice Eagles boy?
Yeah, or why don't you hang out with Zack Sabre?
I was going to say, that seems to be the cure. Hang out with Sabre. He'll make you good and make you do coke. Sabre got that good dick.
With some cocaine on it.
Fashion Corner.
Corner.
Robbie Eagles had a birdie mask.
Didn't like his mask.
To go along with Tiger Mask's kitty mask.
Didn't like it.
I like the concept.
Yeah.
I don't love the execution.
His nickname is what? The Hunter of the Sky. And he had a bullseye over his one eye on the mask.
Yeah.
Didn't like it. Didn't like it.
It wasn't great.
No.
I like that he did it. He just should have done it better.
Bird masks, like lucha bird masks, don't ever look good.
They are rarely
because
good.
the beak is always too short or too flat.
Yeah.
Like a beak has to come like
you need a protrusion.
But it doesn't. Never does. Yeah. Because that's just not how lucha masks work.
Impractical.
Yeah.
But
unless you're going to get like a black Taurus mask type.
You know what? Do it.
Yeah. That'd be wild.
Yeah.
I want an avian with a black Taurus mask.
That'd be cool. Someone could and should do it. Although I guess whereas like a bull has a rounded snout, a bird has a pointy beak. So yeah, I guess you got to be careful with those. But someone should still do it.
What about a duck? They don't got pointy beaks.
That's true. Someone
they
should
got
be a
rounded
duck.
ones.
And then you could get a cool penis as well.
Yes, the best penis.
So I thought the match was pretty. The match was better than I expected it to be. I don't know about
until the first team was eliminated. That made me real mad.
Yeah. So this was a first pin wins match.
Yes.
However, they paid off a storyline they've been doing for over a year of Phantasmo having a loaded boot, and finally got caught with it because a bunch, like I guess all four of the other guys like held him down. Pinned
him down,
knocked his teeth out, fucked his mouth, and then pulled his boot off
so that Eagles could take his boot off.
Yeah, and then found the crushed Coke can that was in his heel,
whatever was hidden in the
and so the ref, I guess at first wasn't sure what to do because there, in theory, aren't any disqualifications in a first pin 3-way because if there was, then 2 teams would win. But he figured out, hey, if I not necessarily disqualify your team, but eliminate your team from the match, then just the other 2 good guy teams will continue to wrestle for the title. And that's what happened. So it was fine. Like they had to pay that off somehow. So I guess do it at the Dome.
Yeah. My one problem with it was that ELP did not put up enough protest for getting thrown out of the match. Like he was just sort of like, "Oh, come on, you can't do that to me."
Yeah.
And then he gets carried out by the young boys.
Yeah.
But like he didn't really put up he didn't over exaggerate and like really put up a big fight. He just was sort of like, "Oh no,
he should have knocked out 2 young boys."
Yeah.
And then gotten carried out.
Maybe their teeth out and fuck their mouths.
Exactly. Now you're talking.
I did make some notes.
Yeah.
There was an awesome Eagles springboard dive to the floor.
Yes.
Where he got thrown in the corner, went up and over, hit like maybe a forearm or a high kick on ELP maybe. And then he was going for the springboard, and when Phantasmo ran into the corner, he jumped over him, over the top rope to the floor on the other side of the ring.
Yes.
Onto the Mega Coaches.
Yeah.
Which was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was like a really big air splash by ELP where one of the guys was like more than 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, like
the
most
ring.
of the ring.
And not only did he get distance, but he got air.
Because did Taiji do a 450?
Yes.
And then Phantasmo did the huge long splash?
Yeah. But like he got good ups and distance.
Yeah,
which you don't usually,
ups and outs.
Usually you get outs.
You get one or the other.
Yeah.
This was both. This was huge.
I wrote that Tiger Mask actually looked pretty good.
He seemed fine.
Like he didn't seem out of place in the match, considering he's
for a guy who hasn't had a good match since 2010.
Yeah, exactly. And then the one note I wrote is just like, even in a junior tag, there's Bullet Club bullshit.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because the rules are the rules.
The rules are the rules. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them and dislike them.
Yeah. But I thought Eagles was the star.
Eagles was the star, for sure.
He looked great in it. And I was kind of surprised they retained, as were you, because we both predicted Bullet Club's cutest tag team. Oh, which you actually wrote in the predictions, BCCTT.
Mm-hmm. That's what they're called.
I did not know that until literally right now. We both had them winning because they were the only ones that were sort of a real team. But I guess Eagles and Tiger Mask are legit.
I guess so.
I also gave it 4 stars.
Wow.
Yeah. I predicted 3 1/4. You predicted 3.
I don't know if it's 4 stars.
I think it's
really
3 3/4. I had a fun time watching it. You can do whatever you want with your life, though.
4.5.
No, I you know what? I
you
lied.
said whatever I want.
I was wrong. I was wrong to say it, and you should not do. You should do what I say you can do with your life.
Fine. 3.5. 3.5.
One more time.
3
One more time. Final answer.
3 3/4.
No. I wrote down 3.5. It's
okay,
over.
fine.
You can't have it.
I'm going to tell everyone that it's 3 3/4.
I hope someone comes asking. What did you really think about the three-way
3 3/4?
the three-way match for the junior tag team titles? Did you really think it was 3 3/4? I guess your real answer is 4.5.
Yeah.
Girl tag match.
Girls.
Stardom offer match of Mayu Iwatani and someone's girlfriend, Starlight Kid, against Tam Nakano and Saya Kamatani. I'm glad the girls got to wrestle on the main show.
The main show?
And that it was filmed.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
So, we can't put the girls on videotape.
I really hope that one of these 4 doesn't get her clothing washed on a reality show and then has to kill herself afterwards.
Oh.
Too soon?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Too soon?
Hands all the way over my face. Yeah, I hope so too, I guess. I hope that unlike...
If you had to choose one.
I hope that unlike previous years, within 3 months of this women's tag match happening on a New Japan Dome show, that one isn't retired and one isn't dead.
Yep.
Let's hope this goes better. If you had to kill one.
I'm not saying you have to do it. You just have to pick one.
Yeah. Who would you kill? I know who not, but of the other 3, Starlight Kid is safe.
Kid's safe. Iwatani's safe. I guess Nakano is safe too.
Winner of the match, Saya Kamatani. You're going to kill her.
I guess it has to be.
On record, Drew is going to kill Again, maybe on podcast, not as bad on Twitch. That's a bad one.
Wait,
don't say
Scott,
you're going to directly
kill the president of the United States.
Don't say you're going to directly
of America.
Directly kill someone.
Joseph R. Biden.
No, I'm going to the lead singer of the presidents of the United States of America, the guy who did Peaches
and
Lump,
and name a third one.
You know what? in another life I could have, because I definitely had that album, but I couldn't pull a third track off it at this time. But consult my publicist, and she'll tell you what you're looking for. So this match was good. Meltzer again gave it 4 stars.
You want to kill?
Oh, you're looking up the guy. How quick can you find it?
Chris Ballew?
The one and the same.
They're from Seattle, so you're pretty close. You can go get them right now.
Can go get him. I'm coming for you, Chris. We got unfinished business. I'm still waiting for that third single.
Okay, anyways.
Meltz gave it 4.
Wow. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was 4.
It was good. It was fairly short. It was 9 minutes.
I was going to say, I thought it was just kind of like your regular like Stardom tag match.
I thought it was a good
it was bad.
It was a good showcase of everyone.
Yeah.
They did seem to want to put over Kamitani, because like the match was largely built around her hitting the Phoenix?
Phoenix. Yeah. Which she did.
And not a lot of girls can hit that.
I, in fact, only know
one. There's maybe a couple others in Japan, and decidedly 0 in North America.
Correct. Because there's a reason for that.
Is the worst wrestler in this match better than the best women's wrestler in North America?
I don't know. Who's the best women's wrestler in North America? Asuka?
The best non-Japanese women's wrestler, regardless of location. As we all know, the best women's wrestler in North America is Jade Cargill. So his
probable rookie of the year,
I guess. I kind of want to watch her semifinal and final matches of the TBS tournament, because apparently both are unacceptably bad.
Oh, you don't say. Somebody who's been wrestling for less than a year
and has only done 3-minute matches until they threw her on national TV and made her do 2 15-minute matches.
Well, let's watch after this.
It might be worth it.
I think so.
Apparently
I'll watch bad women's wrestling any day.
Apparently they're a little messy.
Is Thunder Rosa the answer?
It could be. I don't even who's in the mix. Thunder Rosa, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, Roxy.
I've never seen a Roxy match.
Jordan Grace.
No.
Handsome woman.
A handsome baby.
Jordan Grace, a handsome baby.
The
answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Now, take it a step further. Is the worst women's wrestler in Japan the worst?
Yeah.
Is Fukigen Death better than Sasha Banks?
Than everyone in NXT?
The answer is yes.
Yes. You know why? Japanese.
Look at these.
There's a very clear hierarchy of women's wrestling.
Yeah.
Japanese, 35 feet of shit.
Yep.
Some Mexicans.
Yeah.
Some whites, and then another 50 feet of shit.
Yeah.
And then everyone else.
And in that Mexicans group, Sexy Star, who someone had asked us to mention in a YouTube comment, Sexy Star, on the one hand, would smash.
No. Have you seen her face?
No. That's the beauty of it. She wears the mask.
No, she doesn't wear a mask anymore. She's been an MMA fighter for like 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you, and then you're going to change your mind. Body, pretty good.
Well, I was going to say.
Murdered husband, pretty good.
On the one hand, would smash. On the other hand, would smash with a brick. Because she's a bad person and intentionally broke a girl's arm.
I think it was dislocated elbow, wasn't it?
Whatever it was. Like, put on a real hold in a fake match to hurt someone on a big show. Was it on Triple Mania? Was it on their biggest show of the year?
Yep.
Yeah, so she's a bad person. And, I don't love her face. I'll give you that.
Yeah, she's not great.
I mean,
excellent.
There's a reason she wears a mask.
Yeah. Except for not anymore, because now she's not allowed to wrestle anymore.
Sad.
Yeah, I think she's also bad at MMA.
Probably. But yeah, so that's the Ballad of Sexy Star.
Ballad of Sexy Star.
A bad woman. I feel like
And
she's
it
had
was just
other
very difficult to deal with.
Yeah, apparently
and,
lots of other like behavioral things in
just, like,
addition
not-
to trying to break someone's arm.
She is 2-1 in MMA.
What's that about a 667 winning percentage?
That is correct.
Well, but it's six.
She lost by
six
TKO in
recurring, of
April.
course. Oh, so she was 2-0.
Yeah, she was.
Should have quit.
Well, should have quit while you were
Shoulda
ahead,
quit.
you dumb bitch.
Should have quit
She's
breathing
5-0
oxygen.
in professional boxing.
Holy shit. Maybe she's good.
Maybe she's tough.
Well, she's tough enough to rip an unwitting cooperative opponent's arm out of its socket. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, start a match. Meltz gave it 4. We both predicted 3.5, and we both predicted the wrong winning team.
Yeah, well, it's because I couldn't bet against my wife, so...
I couldn't bet against your wife. Come on.
No, couldn't do it.
Rating. I agree that it's
Too
almost too short a match to give 4 stars. It's tough to give a match under 10 minutes 4 stars, unless it's like an absolute crazy banger sprint.
Yeah. I'm going to say 3.5.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, we both predicted 3.5. We can both stick with 3.5. Next up, now we're into the meat.
Sorry, I did have one note that brings me to Drew's Fashion Corner.
Uh-oh.
I do not
Not
like the purple hair extensions that Starlight Kid is wearing that hang out the back of her mask.
Well,
it just looks terrible.
You should have told her not to get Stockholm Syndrome with her new bad friends.
Yeah, that's true. I guess bad guys make you get bad hair extensions.
Yep.
That's why I have them, because I hang out with you.
Yeah, that's true. Next up, the 4-way King of Pro Wrestling, provisional King of Pro Wrestling trophy match of the 4 winners of the Ranbo, Toru Yano, Chase Owens, Minoru Suzuki, and Shima, accompanied by Strong Hearts Bros, El Lindemann, and T-Hawk on a dome show, which is cool to see.
Never thought I would have seen all 3 members of Strong Hearts on a dome show, but here we are.
Here we are. It was cool. This match...
fucking Lindemann.
Yep. What a weird name. El Lindemann.
Yeah.
Is he trans?
He's trans.
Okay.
You didn't know?
Didn't know.
He's the other Oscar. El Lindemann is the other Oscar.
Did not know that.
Well, now you know.
That makes sense. It's not that this match was good, but it was better than I was expecting. And I think better than you were expecting.
If you took out Chase Owens and Yano, other than Owens hitting Suzuki from behind and apologizing, and Suzuki very calmly like combing Owens' hair over his head and then giving him just the meanest forearm in the meat of his neck, if you take those 2 out and remove that spot, it's a good match. Him and Shima had some fucking great stuff.
Yes.
Like, they had good chemistry together.
Absolutely. I would love to just see Suzuki Shima. So, I had predicted dud. You had predicted 1 star and that you were going to make a great deal of noise.
Yep.
Oh, it's a phone plug-in situation?
Yeah.
There you go. You're good. Yeah, Meltzer gave it 3. It's close to that. I would. I feel like 2.5. I don't know about you.
I'm gonna give it 2.25.
2.25. It is, but definitely.
And the finish was good, except for Yano doesn't know how to take gotch pile drivers. So also he's way fatter than Suzuki. So
yeah, Yano's kind of a pig now. Not that he's ever been in great shape. I mean, he's getting in worse and worse shape.
He wrestled in a shirt. Yeah, he didn't take his shirt off.
He did not take a shirt off.
Neither did Chase Owens.
They didn't.
Nope. It was 2 out of 4 shirts.
Imagine not taking your shirt off in the goddamn Tokyo Dome.
Yeah. In a match that you're featured in.
Yeah. This wasn't even a Rumble or a Naito 6-man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Good. You know what? I almost have to respect that. When I work the Dome, I'm not taking my shirt off either.
Good. That's how God intended it.
Don't take your shirt off. Yeah, but more fun than I was expecting. Pretty much do 100% to Minoru Suzuki and Shima. Hopefully not the last Shima, although I don't know. Yeah. Now on to what's this? A 6-man? But this is the 6-man for the never openweight 6-man tag team titles. Defending champions, the House of Torture, do my eyes deceive me, of Evil, Sho, and Yujiro with Dick Togo. Defending against Chaos of Goto, Yo, and Yoshihashi. So the 3 guys who all won yesterday, challenging guys who lost yesterday. Wonder what's going to happen. Oh, the guys who lost yesterday won today, because it's got to be 50-50, because everything House of Torture related is just bad American booking.
Yes.
Interference, bullshit, 50-50 booking.
Yeah. You can't build to revenge or the good guy getting the big win. You have to just go back and forth. Everyone needs wins. Everyone needs losses so that nobody matters.
Have to make sure that nobody gets over by accident.
You got to book heel versus heel title matches.
Yep.
And 50-50 booking.
100%. The system works.
It's never broken. I actually legitimately didn't write any notes for this match.
I'm trying to remember things about it.
They worked over Goto's knee a bunch.
Uh-huh.
Then Yoshihashi got the hot tag and got beat up. And Sho and Yo did a bunch of floor fighting.
Yeah.
And the finish was Togo distraction.
What?
Sho got the crescent wrench.
Yeah.
Hit Yo with it.
Yeah, did Sho beat Yo?
And beat him.
Yeah. Cool. That'll teach you for yesterday, Yo, for winning. Meltzer gave it 2.5. I predicted 2. You predicted 2.5.
Wrong.
We're
all wrong.
I think it's 1.
Dud.
Okay.
Dud. It was awful. It was boring as shit.
Am I going to you know what? You've talked me into a 1, down from 1.5. You've charmed me.
Minus 1?
A gentleman's 1.
A gentleman's 1. A heterosexual man's 1.
Because there was probably a good
There was not.
Goto sequence in there somewhere.
You're overthinking it. There was not. With who, Scott? With Yujiro? With Evil?
I don't know. Anyway, at least, Ishii was accompanying the challengers, also from Chaos, and we have now set up an Evil Ishii rematch of both guys' worst match of their career, but this time it's a lumberjack match coming up, a notoriously good stipulation that doesn't lead to bad matches.
To bullshit.
Yeah.
What's the best lumberjack match ever?
Great question. Great question. Has there been a good lumberjack match?
I don't think so. Has there been a good lumberjill match?
All of them.
There's only been...
#yes all women.
There's only been one, right?
Not many.
Wasn't there a Becky Lynch one?
Sure.
There was a lumberjill match.
Probably. What are you asking me for?
I don't know. To love WWE again and know all of the things that they do and watch an entire year's worth of Raws.
Is that the next move?
Maybe. Maybe we watch every live Raw and that's our podcast.
We should start watching Raw when it really got good. I'm thinking late 2018 to present.
Yeah. And then we fucking kill ourselves. I'll blow your brains out.
Yeah.
And then I'll blow my brains out so that you
Promise?
go to heaven and I don't.
You would do that for me?
I would sacrifice going to heaven for you.
Oh my God. I lost my train of thought. I was just thinking about going to heaven without you, and would that really be heaven?
You know who wouldn't be in heaven? All of the no.
Yeah, I think that's why I had that pause. Also, I'm like, should I just say something anti-Semitic? But cooler heads prevail. Like the wheels were the wheels were turning too fast. But let's just talk about Sonata versus your new second
favorite wrestler,
the Great Okan.
The Great Okan.
Better than I thought.
Yeah, I agree. This is the match I was the most pleasantly surprised by, I think. Like, I knew
of the day or of anything?
Maybe of anything. Like, I thought the tag match would be okay, but I thought this would be bad.
I also thought this would be bad. I think that the tag title match is still my most pleasant surprise, but this is easily my second most. And for the record, the junior tag, my third most. Yeah, it was. I mean, Sonata's really good. He just refuses to have charisma.
Yeah, he's a black hole. He's a black hole of charisma.
Just make a couple of faces, buddy.
Yeah, just react.
Do something. I just want to shake him.
Be human.
Be a person, Sonata.
Be a man.
Yeah, be a man. Do the right thing. Meltzer gave it 3 1/4. I predicted 2.5. You predicted 2 3/4. I'd say it's honestly at least Meltzer's rating.
I agree.
3 1/4, if not more.
So was the entire feud based on Sonata being handsome and Okan being jealous?
I think
because Carlton brought that up
a lot,
and how Okan had been told his entire life he was ugly,
and he was wrong.
Was mad at Sonata for being like rich and handsome and famous.
Okan is so ugly. He's a Japanese man that has to pretend he's Mongolian
to explain why
he looks like that. He's not handsome enough to be his own race.
Yeah.
He had to get a new race.
Yeah. He had to trade up.
Yeah. That's like me having to become Portuguese.
The Portuguese tiger, Scott Henson.
But yeah, did you have any notes on
I
stuff
wrote
in
the
this?
note, was the feud based on Sonata being handsome?
Answer, yes.
I said, Khan really has quite the moveset now. Like, he's really put the time and effort into developing himself as a character, which has helped a lot.
Yeah. Like, this is a lot better than the Okan Tanahashi match last year at the Dome. And in theory, Tanahashi and Sonata are pretty on par.
Yeah.
I would say
now.
Yeah.
2022 Sonata and 2021 Tanahashi
are close.
Are very close.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say in his prime Tanahashi and now Sonata are close.
No, in his prime, Tanahashi is one of the best wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
And he's still very, very good. Don't get me wrong, but
yes,
age is catching up a little bit.
I'm going to tell you, from a kayfabe standpoint, the thing I hate the most about Sonata is that he always is so close to winning with the Skull End. And then all he has to do is not let go of it to go up and try and do a moonsault that he misses.
Yeah.
But he can't help himself.
I got to do that flip.
He's got to do the flip.
He's got to impress Daddy Muto.
Yeah, and he can't.
He can't.
He misses it every time. If he just kept the Skull End in, guy passes out or taps out, wins the match. But no, he's got to win by the moonsault, and he never does.
Yeah.
Because he did it in this match.
He does it in every major match. Yeah. And yeah, it's a kayfabe flaw with his matches.
Yeah.
Like, why, if this was real, why wouldn't you keep on the hold that the guy doesn't seem to be able to get out of?
But also sometimes you lock in really bad.
Yeah, sometimes you sort of got his forehead.
Yeah, or you're like the only reason his head is there is because the guy's helping you.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he could just like sit up and he's out of the move.
Completely out. Yeah. But that is a flaw. They had a couple interesting counters. Some worked better than others. I think there was one where Sonata does the AJ Styles backflip into the setup for the Skull End. I think because Okan has this weird standing side shoulder hold thing.
Yeah.
I think he did that into a counter to it. I think he did it twice and it looked good once. So I don't know, batting 500. But they at least had good ideas for counters and stuff.
Yeah. It was a tiny bit sloppy only because Iron Claws aren't exactly the most perfect to very quickly bam, it's on.
Yeah.
You kind of have to time it and sometimes you miss aim or you have to readjust where your hand is. So there was a little bit of sloppiness to it.
Yeah.
But I mean that can't be helped when you're moving fast in a match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as far as star rating goes, I almost want to say 4.
Okay.
I almost want to say 4.
I like your style.
3 6/8.
Which is a lot like 3/4. 3/4 or 4? B-man.
Let me hear what you say, and then I'll make a decision.
Well, let me see. Meltzer went 3 1/4. I actually do think it's better than that. I'm between.
I'm gonna say 3 3/4.
I'm between 3.5 and 3 3/4, but I'm okay going 3.5. You're going 3 3/4, not 4? Okay. It is done. Next up, the other United Empire versus LIJ singles match, and in theory, the better one. In practice, debatable.
Not so much.
Pretty debatable for unforeseen circumstances. Tetsuya Naito taking on Jeff Cobb in the classic big singles match, not for a title on the Dome, that will unspokenly determine the next world title challenger, which they always like to do. So yeah, this was fine. Could have been a lot better if Jeff Cobb didn't blow his knee out.
Yeah.
I'd say that was a contributing factor to this match underachieving.
Just a little.
Yeah, so Meltzer had said, which I didn't notice, that Cobb was limping somewhat after day 1. But wasn't like injured going to day 2. It was just tender or a little tweaked or whatever. But pretty early into this match, he blew out his knee. Yeah. Doing the weirdest, most low impact thing, like a little like low drop kick in the corner, like to mock Naito, because Naito does that. But like, and it didn't even really look like anything went wrong. It didn't seem like he jammed his knee or anything. But as soon as he landed doing that drop kick, he was like clutching his knee, and from then on, he could like barely put weight on it.
Yeah,
which sucks.
Yeah, he really struggled the rest of the match, but like good on him.
Oh, he gutted it out.
Yeah, he still did a ton of power moves.
I don't know if they even cut anything.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it.
But he did a lot of shit on one leg.
Yeah, he really did.
So good on him for that.
Ballsy.
Yeah, it is, I will say, not as good as Cobb's match last Dome Show.
No.
Where Cobb became the first guy that both of us have wrestled who has had a 5-star Wrestling Observer match, which is pretty cool.
Pretty wild. Pick it up, Benny.
Pick it up, Benny.
Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to note, there was a great counter of the Tour of the Islands into a calf slicer.
Yeah.
It was just like sort of as he was about to do the spin, Naito dropped down and slid through like very fast right into it. Looked great.
Yeah.
And then
I remember, I think the second time I wrestled him, maybe I suggested it, or maybe he just brought it up out of nowhere. He's like, maybe just when we were planning, he was like, I'm not doing small package counters to the Tour of the Islands. Everyone does it. I'm tired of it. I've done it in every match for a year.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Pretty funny. The only other note I really made was Naito just sort of kicked his ass at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe they did have to cut some finishing sequence stuff.
Yeah.
Because at the end, it was just like Naito hit 3 moves in 1.
Yeah, and like he didn't even...
One Destino.
Did he even go for the Tour of the Islands again? I don't think so.
I don't know if he did.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the ending was just sort of like Naito beat his ass and then pinned him. So, yeah. I mean, makes him look strong to challenge the title, but it was kind of a disappointing finish.
I wonder how 2022 Naito in a world title match is going to be.
I wonder if they're going to blow a tie-up.
You never know.
You never know.
A girl can dream.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I don't know. It was
So Meltzer gave it 3 3/4, a half-star higher than Sonata Okan. I predicted 4. You predicted 3 3/4. Where does that leave us?
It leaves us lower than Sonata and Great Okan.
Yeah, I think it's the same or just below for me. And probably just below, because nobody got hurt in Sonata Okan, so nothing got screwed up.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a disappointing 3.
Gonna give it 3. I'm gonna give it 3 1/4, so just below my Sonata Khan rating. Which takes us to not the best, not the worst, certainly the weirdest match on either day. Kenta defending the U.S. title against Hiroshi Tanahashi in a no disqualification street fight. A match that neither man is familiar with, nor the promotion of New Japan is familiar with. And that was sort of on display in this match.
I mean, they did the Moxley Archer one a few years ago.
They did, but at least one of the people in that match, if not both, was familiar with that style of match.
Yes, that's true.
Whereas these are just two pretty straight-ahead fucking wrestlers.
I mean, I don't know. Kenta was in America for a while. You think he would have at least picked up some knowledge.
Kenta was busy ruining his shoulder over and over to develop any sort of expertise with street fights. Yeah.
Yeah, the match was kind of okay. Like, it was what it was. It was a very average street fight that had a couple really cool big spots.
A highlight video of the match is awesome.
Yes.
The whole 22 minute and 40-second match.
It really went 22 minutes?
22:40, and I felt it. Because I'm going to say 21:40 of that match was building a ladder.
Yeah. Building a ladder or just finding props.
Or going to between 2 and 4 sides of the ring until you find the specific prop you're looking for the next spot. There was a lot of looking under the ring, and the ladder. The ladder really got me, and like they had to make a joke of it to some degree because it was ridiculous.
It was very obvious.
Like, how did you, when they put the ladder under the ring, because it was under the ring, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Wouldn't you realize that it's not assembled yet?
I don't know. It depends who put it under there.
That seems like a pretty big oversight.
Depends who put it under there.
When you pull out the ladder and it's in pieces. That you have to physically assemble and hope you assemble right.
Yeah.
Because you're about to jump off it from about 12 feet in the air and hope you don't die.
I believe it was 30 feet, but okay.
I'm not positive it was 30 feet.
You telling me Michael Cole's been lying to me my whole life?
But it was legit 11, 12. It was a tall ladder.
Yeah, it was a big one. It was a very big one.
So, yeah. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I didn't hate it. There were some really good spots in it, including down the stretch, Kenta just getting destroyed.
Yeah, well, he wrecked his face getting thrown. So he was on the ladder.
Yeah.
Tanahashi was on the table.
It was either on the table or just down, and then
he got up and cut him off.
Yeah,
and he was like faking to knock over the ladder.
Yeah,
and Kenta sort of jumped off the ladder and went face first into the bottom corner of the garbage can.
Yeah,
and just exploded his face.
Blood everywhere. I think he broke something. I don't know if he broke his orbital or something.
No, I don't think he broke his orbital, but he definitely did some like nose maybe.
At least broke his nose maybe, I think. But yeah, blood everywhere.
Cheekbone maybe.
And then also came out that he dislocated his hip.
Whoa.
Which sucks. That is a joint you don't want coming out of the socket.
Speaking as a man who suffers from a lot of hip pain.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And I would not wish that upon my worst enemies, except for maybe Taguchi.
Sure, that's fair.
And Phantasmo.
Yeah.
And you.
The big three.
Yeah.
The
three wrestlers I hate the most.
Your
Taguchi,
greatest...
El Phantasmo, and Scott.
Your greatest nemesis.
Yeah.
So, and was the big garbage can fall? Was it pretty much just the last spot after that?
It was that. It was put him on the ladder, on the table, hit the splash.
Do a very, like... maybe most terrifying move of your career.
Yeah.
Splash off the like second top rung of the ladder.
But did you notice that he just sort of like fell? Like he didn't.
Oh, he wasn't doing a big jump.
Yeah, like he didn't try to like get out.
Because apparently no one in this fed has ever watched like Big Japan or something where they have like 8 guys at ringside holding the ladder in place so you can actually jump and not go against Newton's laws of motion.
And not
Newton's laws of thermodynamics. Thank you for the note in YouTube.
Draven Lawless it.
And not Draven Lawless it. Where you jump off a ladder onto a guy on the table on the outside of the ring, but no one's holding the ladder, so most of your momentum just goes into pushing the ladder backwards, and you fall on your goddamned face.
And it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
Pretty funny, gotta say. So yeah, Tanahashi wins. Kenta fails in his maybe first or second defense of the title because Kenta just beat Tanahashi for it.
Yeah, he did.
In like November, which is why we both picked Kenta to win. I feel like I have missed a couple of winner picks.
Probably.
We had both picked Sonata. We were right. We had both picked Cobb. We are wrong. We both picked Kenta. We are wrong.
We suck.
I guess we suck.
We're bad at this.
Kenta had 1-0
In LA?
defense. Yeah, won it from Tanahashi in November. Had no defenses. Lost it to Tanahashi at the Dome. And here we are. Hopefully we get that Tanahashi-Moxley U.S. title match that they were teasing like a year ago.
Oh, with Fat Moxley?
Fat Moxley.
Isn't it funny that you get off alcohol and you get fat?
I was going to say, I understand getting fat, getting off Coke or cigarettes.
Yeah.
But normally being a drunk makes you gain weight.
Yeah.
And then when you stop, you lose some. Honestly, respect to Moxley for going the other way.
Yep. I'm going to stay normal looking while I'm drinking.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop drinking and I'm going to balloon up.
It's baby weight.
300 pounds?
Maybe he was...
Oh, he got sympathy baby weight?
I think he had the baby.
Oh, maybe it wasn't rehab. Maybe he was pregnant.
Yeah, I think he and Renee are a very progressive couple.
It was a junior situation.
It was a junior situation. I think he carried the baby.
Yeah. And he hasn't lost all the baby weight yet.
Exactly. So I think we're being harsh on him.
He's going to show up on Dynamite this week and he's going to look like dog shit.
That's entirely possible, yes.
Oh, that's tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, sorry, not tonight. Yesterday. It was yesterday.
Or the day before, depending on when Scott gets this up. Probably yesterday. I feel good. Yeah, Meltzer gave it 4 stars.
No.
There was 2.
No.
All of the good in it.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish, but first.
You're not gonna let me finish.
Okay. Yeah, anyways.
All of the good in it was worth 4 stars, but there was also too much stuff to take it down.
Yeah.
All of the finding stuff under the ring, and
setting up,
and the ladder was just embarrassing. Was I madder at the ladder than Ishii Evil? No, but that was the second most mad I was at the Dome show. Yeah. I was like, you need to make the exit, like the support arches between the two sides of the ladder. What are you doing? Why did this happen? So, yeah.
The only note I wrote for this match was it looked like Kenta absolutely fucking died doing the Falcon Arrow through the table.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, his leg went under the table.
I forgot about that spot. Yeah.
That looked horrendous.
Yeah. Top rope Falcon Arrow through a table.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy spot.
It looked like he, like, broke his leg.
Yeah. And then he did die going through the garbage can. Meltzer gave it 4. I predicted 3.5. You predicted 2 3/4. It's in the 3.5 range. I'm going to go 3.25 because I had too many problems with it to go higher.
You
can do what you want. You can give it 5.5. I don't give a shit.
2.
Oh.
And 3/4.
Sticking with the prediction. Well, now I don't feel so bad.
I'm fine with it.
I thought I was going low, but
I'm going lower.
You made me feel better.
My standards are higher, so.
That's true. I'll fuck anything.
Hey, did you hear that, fans? He'll fuck anything.
Main event, day 2. Okada defending his newly won IWGP World Heavyweight title. Not to be confused with the IWGP Heavyweight title, which has the good lineage and the good belt.
Wrong fucking belt.
The wrong belt died. Yeah,
that's the new belt is the Charlotte Flair.
Oh, I was gonna go Sean Penn.
Oh yeah, Sean Penn. Yeah.
Or Joaquin Phoenix.
Aw, poor Joaquin.
No, we like Joaquin. I saw Come On. It was good.
Did you cry?
Thought about it.
Faggot.
Show's over. Show's over. Get out of here.
Good thing it's a podcast, not Twitch.
Yeah, it's a tough one on Twitch too. Where were we? after
event.
that outburst. Main event. Okada defending against William Ospreay, who had an... Oh, yeah, we didn't actually say at the end of day one. So after Okada won the title from Shingo, Ospreay came out and said, "Hey, look at you all sweaty and gross. I didn't even take my shirt off when I wrestled.
You just used up half your body."
Yeah, I'm full.
And
full tank,
was
bitch.
also calling him the interim champion.
Yes.
And was also being a total fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, which is what he should be doing.
So I took quite a few notes on this one.
Hit me.
So just like when they come out and Ospreay is escorted to the ring by Great O'Khan and Aaron Hanare, both in suits.
Yep.
It did not look like Hanare had ever worn a suit before because he looked very uncomfortable.
He looked so... I noticed that too. He looked so uncomfortable in that suit.
He really did not look like his body fit.
He wanted... he wanted board shorts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's an Islander.
Yeah.
The United Empire logo
The United Arab Emirates.
The United Empire's logo looks like somebody made it on Photoshop with things they found on Google image search.
It's a clip art logo.
It's a clip art logo. Was it me or did Okada and Ospreay do gear swap? Because Okada's gear was very minimalist, and Ospreay's gear had everything that's ever been designed on it.
Yeah. I liked both for what they were, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
But just like Okada's usually the one with too many colors, too many patterns, and Ospreay's is usually like relatively simple.
It's normally like one main color scheme
with a couple accent colors.
Yeah.
His was like the riding crotch, but then like a pattern around the crotch.
Yeah.
But then there was two different things on both sides.
It was
of
busy.
it with some lines and butt pattern.
Definitely busy.
He just had everything going.
Yeah. And Okada, both night 1 and 2, had just like a pretty basic, like kind
Black
of just
with like lightning
crisscross.
Yeah, crisscross.
Like checkered. Just like pretty basic bikers. I guess I don't know if it's to go with the robe, because the robe is pretty understated too. Besides all the text, but like from a distance, it's just a shiny white robe.
Yeah.
So I guess he didn't want like too crazy gear to go with the robe. Who knows? But
why? He's too good to wear jacket over vest?
I'm not
either.
I ain't too proud to beg.
Nope. I ain't too gay to pay.
Good.
Then before the match, when they were doing introductions, Ospreay shit talking Okada was really funny.
Yes.
Where he was saying like as they were announcing him, and he was like, he ain't shit. He's the interim champion. He's not the real champion. I'm the real champion.
Yeah.
Like, look at him. Why don't you go become a big star, a big acting star there?
That's right. He's like, I'll handle things. You go do movies.
Yeah, like, don't worry. This place will be safe.
Be in good hands.
Yeah, in good hands. I thought all of that was really good.
Yeah.
I just wrote Ospreay had too many things on his gear. And then so there was the other couple notes that I made of big things were Ospreay did a like massive moonsault. And
off
the stage setup or
structure,
like the structure, and like how did he not break both his ankles?
He landed hard on his feet.
Yeah, like
he basically did a backflip onto his feet, and Okada was sort of there.
Yeah, and like how are his ankles working?
Yeah, don't know. He was fine. When he landed, I'm like, oh, please don't be another. Don't let Okada's opponent get hurt every time I watch a match cold. Why is this happening?
Yeah. Then there was one part where they did like a big spot on the floor where Ospreay took like a big back body drop or something, and the camera was like right near him, and he was like tired, I guess, and so he was like, my fucking, and then just stopped the sentence. Like he didn't finish what he was saying.
He had nothing after
he just
my
wanted
fucking.
To say fucking. And then there was a pretty incredible. I just wrote, wow, catching the dropkick into a jumping sit-out powerbomb.
Oh, that was so nice.
So fucking good. And it wasn't just like catch Okada and do the sit-out powerbomb. He jumped in the air, caught him, and did the sit-out powerbomb.
It looked beautiful.
It was incredible.
Also, another not perfect, but considering the degree of difficulty, nice catch was Ospreay doing the Suzuki special to the outside,
Yes.
Okada catching him, tombstone on the floor.
And Okada like almost lost him,
But
and
saved
like
it.
powered him up and got him for
Yeah.
it. Yeah. He did that one. He did a really good like tilt-a-whirl one later in the match.
Yep.
That like a split second between spin and tombstone.
Yeah.
Ospreay did one and looked like he like broke Okada's neck.
Yes, he really did.
Yeah, like he
really did.
He dropped him hard.
In terms of safely doing the other guy's move, Okada won this game.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
Okada hit a beautiful Stormbreaker on Ospreay, whereas Ospreay tried to break Okada's neck with the tombstone.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. This match was what I wanted Okada Shingo to be. So I'm glad I got it. This scratched the itch not that I'm talking like the other one was bad. The other one was 4.5 stars. It was really good, but this scratched the itches that Okada Shingo didn't.
Yes.
I thought it.
Yeah, it had a lot more drama to it. There were times where I thought Ospreay was winning.
This one was in the air.
Yeah.
If you stood back and thought about it, like, is Okada gonna have a 24-hour reign? Also, I didn't think about it until they were hitting it so hard during the whole show, with this being the 50th anniversary of New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, they're gonna have the man hold the banner.
Yeah.
For New Japan for this 50th anniversary. Like, Okada's going to be the champion at the 50th anniversary show in March, period.
Yeah,
if I actually stood back and thought about it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, for me, I thought
But that being said, yeah,
I thought of it as like Ospreay didn't really get to have his actual title run.
Exactly.
And so I was like, maybe they'll just restart the title run now.
Yeah.
And Okada could win it later in the year.
Dominion or something.
Yeah.
But what they seem to do more than restart type stuff is they just plug stuff into, like, they keep the plan exactly what it was despite what's changed.
Right.
Because it sounds like the plan was for Ospreay to hold the title until this dome, no Shingo title reign, and lose it to Okada here. So different stuff happened, but at the end of the day, Ospreay lost the title match to Okada at the dome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And the same way with in 2019, when all the AEW guys left, they just plugged Jay White into
Kenny Omega's spot.
everything that Kenny Omega was going to do down to the
so
and it was
well.
perfect.
It was beautiful. We all loved it.
Yeah. But they're Ghetto's very rigid in his booking, and even if stuff changes, he'll do everything he can to get it back to the booking.
Right.
Yeah. The one thing I'm interested in is what was the plan for Ibushi on this show?
I don't know.
Because that obviously did change.
Yep.
Because clearly Ibushi would have been in a prominent match on this show, but I don't know what the plan would have been.
Him versus Shingo.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to look at it now because you don't know what he would have done between then and now.
Yeah. Maybe you do Ibushi versus the loser of the day one title match on day two for the next shot or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell looking at it now.
Yeah, with the way it was booked, because like as it stands, there's no spot for Ibushi, but obviously there would have been if he hadn't fucked up with the G1. I remember when he got hurt, I remember them saying they were hopeful he'd be back for the dome, but no, that fucker had a year.
I mean, he's had a life.
He has, but like considering he won the title in 2021, besides that. Bad year. Everything after winning the title, not great.
No.
Like long COVID.
Yeah, like
and pneumonia.
Life ruining COVID.
Yeah. And then, okay, I'm back. I'm good
to go.
Oh, I hurt myself badly.
P.S. I need help.
Damn. But yeah. So, the match. Your thoughts? I thought it was definitely better than last year's Okada Ospreay at the Dome.
I like asking me for my thoughts and then you giving your thoughts.
Yep. And now your thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here's what I think.
Yeah, it was better than the first day. I believed this match as a main event of a Dome show way more than I did Okada versus Shingo.
Yeah. Oh no, and I'm talking about last year's.
Oh, last year's main event.
Last year's Okada Ospreay.
Oh, gotcha.
Which was good. Which I guess I would have given 4.5 or 4 3/4, maybe 4 3/4 even. But I thought this was definitely better. I would have to see if it's better than their G1 match in 2019. That was my match of the year, I think. But who knows? Maybe this could be my match of the year this year. But it was on par with what I thought was their best one, and definitely better than their last year's one.
Yeah, I wonder. You got ratings, right? You got the history of ratings for us?
Right here?
Yeah, right now.
No.
Look it up.
How?
I don't know. Play the podcast from last year.
Let's listen. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to all of last year's podcast. I do know the Meltzer rating for last year's Okada Ospreay,
which was
too high at 5 1/4.
Well, can't trust him.
But not as high as this year's at 5 3/4.
I bet you he didn't go to work on 9/11.
So, we both predicted 5, which is super common for you and uncommon for me. But I had a good feeling. And that's not knowing what the match would be. Because it was Ospreay versus the winner of day 1. But we did both figure Okada.
Correct.
But I said 5 because I had a feeling Ospreay was going to bring it. And he did.
It was Broughton. Yeah, I don't think it's a 5. I think this is the first Dome show I'm going to do that doesn't have a 5.
What do you got, 2.5? 2 3/4?
Dud?
Minus 3?
I think 4 3/4. Just missing out on a 5.
4 space 3/4. Space again to make the 3/4 do the cool fraction thing.
Fact how it works.
I'm giving it 5.
Well, that's good for you.
I thought it was great. It had some really dramatic kickouts, which day 1 was lacking.
Yep, that's true.
And like you're saying, like there were times when you thought Ospreay's got this, and then big kick out by Okada. And apparently, as per Meltzer, Ospreay was knocked out briefly on one of the Rainmakers, not the finish, but you wouldn't tell because he never missed a beat on anything.
Nope, powered through.
Yeah, and some very cool sequences. They had the Spanish Fly counter to the Rainmaker, which they definitely stole from me because I did it in 2016.
Yep, they've been watching your tapes.
I've got evidence, and I will show it to whoever will listen.
William Ospreay.
Not William Ospreay, who I DM'd asking if he would sell that jacket he used to wear with the tiger on it, and got no response. But it was red. So, I don't know. I guess you're busy.
Even though he was excited to see you at Bola.
He was excited to see me at Bola, but he wasn't as famous at Bola as he is now.
He wasn't main eventing the biggest show of the biggest company in the world.
That's correct. Although he was working for that company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was just a junior.
Just a little boy.
A little baby.
So we had, don't know if I said the last one, we both predicted Kenta and we're wrong. This one you predicted Okada, and this one I kind of thought Okada also, but I do remember saying to be different, I'll go Ospreay.
Yeah.
And was wrong. So between the 2 days...
we're not going to count all 3?
You want to just do it at the end? We can do it at the end. That's fine.
Yeah, let's do it at the end.
So let's blaze through day 3 as best we can. It's
day 3 wasn't very good.
Day Day 3 wasn't very good.
It could have had a lot more potential if they had done better booking, but
I think Day 3 just shouldn't have been called Wrestle Kingdom Day 3. I think it should have just been New Japan Noah Lots of Tag Matches show.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't have been as disappointed.
And we wouldn't have had to review it or even watch it.
And we wouldn't have had to watch or review it. Opening pre-show match, New Japan rookie Kosei Fujita versus Noah rookie Yasutaka Yano go to a 10-minute draw. And it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was nice. They're both like super promising guys, as most New Japan rookies certainly are. And you don't actually see a lot of Noah rookies because they don't churn people out as much. But this guy seemed good. He's probably already the best wrestler with the last name Yano.
Yeah, probably.
So good on him. That didn't take long. Meltzer gave it 3.5, which is until the last two matches tied for highest match on the show. No, scratch that. It's tied for second highest match.
Dave likes little boys.
Perhaps
Dave likes young boys.
Dave Meltzer likes little boys.
Is he married?
Yes.
To a woman?
Yes.
Oh.
And children.
What?
I mean, he has children. He's not married to a woman and children. He's married to a woman and has children.
Lame.
Yeah.
Lame. I guess it doesn't stop anybody from being into children, but...
It doesn't. If anything...
It encourages it.
It's something to practice on.
Oh my god!
I started. It's one of those times when I start a sentence and I don't know where I'm going, but I have to keep saying words.
You have to finish it. You have to get it out.
Yep. I have to get the poison out.
Your brain won't let you not get it out.
And it was poisonous. Yeah. Meltzer gave it 3.5. I gave it 3.25. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
solid.
I'll give it 3 even.
3 even. Solid.
3 even. I'll give it a 3 even.
3 even Stevens.
Don't get even, get beven.
Solid. Yeah, very solid rookies match. As good as any good New Japan Young Lions match. Other pre-show 6-man tag. Dads on dads on dads on dads. Tenzan, Kojima, Nagata versus the Funky Express of Muhammad Yone, King Tanny, who I'll tell you who the king was. I'll tell you when he was the king. He was the king on day 2 of the Dome, when the entire Noah roster came out between matches unannounced. And no one knew it was going to happen because Noah had a show that day, but then they just booked it over to the Dome and all got there, and they were all in their like
respective team attire.
Like most were in standard like Noah tracksuits. Congo were in their red tracksuits,
and Perros del Mal de Japón were in their
they had their branded stuff, and then King Tanny wearing a goddamn crown like a fucking goof stood out like a sore thumb, and I loved it. He's so stupid.
Very stupid.
Muhammad Yone, King Tanny, and the
noted young man who doesn't look out of place.
The bloated, drowned corpse of Akitoshi Sato.
Sato,
a spry 56 years old.
Sato looks like the sloth character from Seven. The guy they find in that apartment that
was force fed for 2 years.
That's what he looks like.
Absolutely.
Slick back, greasy hair.
Yeah.
700 pounds.
But not the greasiest hair on the show.
No, not even close.
Yeah. But greasy nonetheless. Don't get us wrong. New Japan dads beat Noah dads in this. Full disclosure, we didn't watch a lot of these matches in full at one time speed. So just a heads up on that. I don't think anyone's going to fault us.
If at this point in the podcast you're going to be really disappointed that we're blowing through day 3 without actually watching most of it,
you need help.
You need help. Yeah. Get out. Stop
it. Get some help. Meltzer gave it 1.5 stars.
Yeah, that's all right.
Right? Yeah. Who are we trying to impress?
Whatever.
I predicted 2. You predicted dud.
It was slightly better than a dud, but not by a lot. So like half.
Yeah.
I don't know, 1, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I'll split
There
the
wasn't
difference
a single
between
good spot in the match.
no.
None of them were good.
I'll split the difference between our predictions and go with one. Are you going with a half
I'll go
or
a half?
Solid. Next, the only. Oh no, pardon me. Let's get the order right. A 10-man tag. Chaos of Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshihashi, Master Wato, and Ryusuke Taguchi, the last two of whom are not in Chaos, taking on just an assortment of Noah dudes. Daisuke Harada, Hajime Ohara, Daiki Inaba, Kinya Okada, the third best Okada in wrestling, and Yoshiki Inamura. And I enjoyed me some Inamura and Ishii interactions.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Fucking do it.
Just a couple of thick boys slapping meat.
Hey, you're not wrong.
At the end of the day, that is all I ask of my wrestling.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
I want thick boys slapping, and I want little boys kissing.
Yeah. The big two.
The big two.
Definitely one of the better non-main event undercard. Lots of people in a matches. Meltzer gave it 3.5. I would probably put it in the 3.5 range myself, despite predicting 2.5 and you predicting 2 3/4.
Huh.
But for the thick boy interactions alone, I'm okay with the Dave Meltzer 3.5.
Yeah, mark me down for copying of Dave Meltzer.
Well, go ahead and put down a copy. Now, the only singles match on the main show, a junior heavyweight dream match between Atsushi Kotoge and House of Torture's show.
Was this a dream match?
Yes.
Whose dream? Your dream?
Satan.
A wet dream?
This was one of the driest dreams I've ever had.
This is the kind of dream that kills your boner forever.
I don't want to surprise anyone or catch anyone off guard. I want to make sure everyone's sitting down when you hear this. This show match was a stupid, distraction-filled bullshit House of Torture match.
Correct.
House of Torture, the most aptly named stable.
Because watching their matches is like torture.
Yeah.
That's the point.
They went 8 minutes. Show won with the fucking wrench again.
Yep.
And we just questioned what we're doing with our lives, really. Did you come up with a good answer?
Was this just to get Show's win back?
I guess.
Over a junior from another company that's never coming back?
Yeah. Over not even like their highest junior, just a mid-level junior.
Yeah.
Meltzer gave it 2.5. We both predicted 3.5 because we're silly.
Because we're stupid. Show me stupid.
I wouldn't give it 3.5. I'm not sure. I'd give it 2.5. I think I'd give it 2. Is what I think.
So it was holding up.
Oh, you were. I'm still going to mark that as a copy, though.
You copied me. You saw my fingers and you were like, yeah.
You're going to see my fingers in a minute, pal.
I have eyes inside my butt?
Well, isn't that the saying? The eyes are the windows to the butt.
Yeah. Correct.
Next up is only 4 people in the match. Hayata and Seiki Yoshioka of Stinger against the Bullet Club of Taiji Ishimori, who needs to get better friends, and the guy taking the fall in the match, Geto, who we both saw a mile away.
Yeah. Wearing street clothes.
Yep. Geto does not own wrestling gear.
Didn't take a bump.
Yeah.
But still took the fall.
Yeah. This made us question what more avid Noah fans have been questioning for probably a couple years now. What do people see in Hayata? Seiki Yoshioka is pretty cool.
Yep.
Hayata is just kind of sloppy.
He's there.
He's there. He's present.
He's a professional wrestler.
He is, at the end of the day, a professional wrestler. Meltzer gave it 3. I predicted 1 3/4. You predicted 2. I don't remember much good or bad about this match. I don't know if you do.
Not particularly, no. I remember Dick Togo not doing anything. Or not
Ghetto.
not doing anything.
Yeah. I think my 1 3/4 was a perfect prediction, actually. I'm going to stick with it.
I'll stay at 2.
Really 3 from Meltzer. I'm not going to go back and watch to see what I missed.
He's getting senile.
Next is I'm going to say your favorite stable in, not even in Japan, probably in pro wrestling. Los Perros del Mal de Japón.
Correct.
Of Nozawa and Yohei, hyphenated, against
Yo Hey
against Doki and New Japan Junior Heavyweight Champion El Desperado. Meltzer gave it 2.5. I predicted 1 1/4. You predicted a 1. We were not hyped about Nozawa or Doki. Although apparently we have to watch that Doki versus Taichi match.
I guess. And then I think in this
Taka's
match,
show.
though, didn't Doki do something?
We're like...
And we were like,
yeah.
Are we wrong on Doki?
Yeah. I mean, we were wrong on Taichi and Okan.
Yeah.
Actually, we weren't wrong on Okan. Okan just actually got better. We might have been wrong on Taichi a bit.
Are we wrong on Evil?
No.
Okay.
Andrew, stop it.
Don't use government names.
Sorry. Andy.
Dre.
Dre. You never did you ever take Dre out for a spin?
No.
That's too bad.
I'm gonna.
I like that for you.
Yeah, me too.
I like 2022 year of Dre. Yeah, so but Doki was actually he did some cool stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember any specifically
it was some,
what he did.
Just some
some running kicks or something,
and some good just rope running exchanges. I think he did a nice hip toss countered to arm drag.
Yeah,
it looked like he had a big jump on it. Looked nice and smooth. But
man, we're
where you been all my life?
Where have you been? And get into my heart.
So yeah, this was like many matches on the show. There. 2.5 from Melts. 2 from me. Yourself?
1 3/4.
1 3/4.
Again, none of it matters.
None of it matters. For the record, we have not given a rating higher than 2 for the main show. We did give a 3 and a 3 1/4 for the pre-show so far. Next up is a 6-man of Sugiura-gun of the titular, the eponymous Takashi Sugiura, Kazushi Sakuraba, and replacing the Gone to Heaven Kenta, Toru Yano.
Or did he go to sleep?
He maybe went to sleep, yes.
Maybe he went to sleep.
Taking on Suzuki-gun of Minoru Suzuki, the eponymous, Taichi, good at wrestling, and Taka Michinoku, who was rocking something about Mary hair.
Yeah. Somebody jizzed in Taka's hair before the match.
Yep.
They Kevin Nashed him.
So, I don't know. I guess because Suzuki and Yano have a thing going on in New Japan now, Yano made some sense as the replacement for Kenta, but I don't know. There's 100 other guys in Sugiura-gun who weren't on the show.
Fujita.
So use one of those cool old men. Fucking Kaz Fujita. Fucking Murakami. Fucking Fujiwara.
Yeah, Fujiwara.
Let's get
72-year-old
Fujiwara.
Let's get Fujiwara and Suzuki in there together.
Yeah. Or I was gonna say Masakatsu Funaki, but he's an M's Alliance man, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So not
Well,
him.
Scott, what does his name start with?
But yeah, you had options. I don't know if Yano was your best. And Yano being in the match just made it a Yano match, kind of.
A little bit.
Not all the way, but
Yeah, a little bit.
you know. Meltzer gave it 3.5, so one of the better matches on the show. But on this show, what does that even mean? It's just an endless, indistinguishable slew of multi-man matches. So prediction wise, what fucking match is this? 6. I predicted 3.5. You predicted 3.5. Meltzer gave it 3.5.
Oh.
But are we sticking with our predictions?
I don't know, because like Yano definitely took the match down.
Yeah.
Also, like Sakuraba doesn't really do a lot.
He seemed, sometimes he's cool because like he had a title match, I think a national title match, not the world title match in 2021, and like was good.
Yeah.
But he seemed very old and tired in this match.
Yeah, he didn't
for
really
some
do a
reason.
lot in this match.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling it.
And so the stuff with Yano in it was bad.
Yeah.
The stuff with Segura in it was decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you get Sugiura and Suzuki interactions.
Yeah,
great.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Great.
I don't know that it's 3.5.
I'm going 3.
I might
Copy.
go 2 3/4.
2 3/4.
2 7/9.
So close to 3. 7/9. I was assuming 8s in my head, but I'm like, no, he said 9s. I like your style. Next up, tag team match. Only 4 guys in a match. Marufuji and Yoshinori Ogawa at the
Old age.
tender age of 55. Only a year younger than Nakadoshi Sato.
He looks terrible.
He looks terrible. Moves okay, though.
Yeah.
Moves better than Sato.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Taking on Kanemaru and Zack Sabre Jr. of New Japan. Highest rated match on the show up to this point, 3 3/4 from David Meltzer.
It wasn't bad. I don't remember a lot of things happening in it. There was some Saber stuff that was decent.
Sabre had good interactions with both.
Yes.
Kanemaru was there.
Is Kanemaru's gimmick that he's good at drinking?
Yeah, he's a whiskey guy.
Yeah, like he can just drink a lot.
He can drink it. Sometimes he spits it at you, but sometimes he tries and fucks up, which I think happened in this match.
Did he spit or swallow?
Actually, I think he did both in this match.
Yeah, he tried to spit in this one and it got fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's only 45.
He got like his mouth covered or something, right? When he was trying to spit it?
Yeah, I think that was the deal.
Yeah.
And then, so that's how it goes. Marufuji just wins with a single Shiranu, which seems like such a such a house show finish.
Yeah, but it's Kanemaru. Who gives a shit?
It is Kanemaru. Who gives a shit? 3 3/4 from Meltzer. I don't think it was that good. I predicted 2 3/4. You predicted 3.
I'm gonna keep my 3.
Yeah.
And you're gonna copy my 3.
Gonna copy your 3, and I'm gonna go 3 and. Well, you know what? I'm not 3 1/4.
Huh.
Then then on to what was advertised for pretty much up to the Dome show as the main event, but then once the people in the semi-main event both won titles in New Japan, and as was the plan the whole time, they just couldn't say it, that became the main event. So
Cooler heads prevailed.
It was a real not putting Matt Taven on last in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
But instead putting Jay White last.
But he did go on last in Mexico.
Yes. As you had the privilege of seeing.
I did.
Pretty exciting. The entire LIJ of Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Sanada, Shingo, and Naito against not all of Congo, because there's a lot of people in Congo, of Nakajima, Keno, Manabu Soya, the greasiest hair on the show, Tadasuke.
And the fattest man on the show.
And the fattest man on the show, Tadasuke. And the tiniest man on the show, Aleja.
Yes.
Just want to put him in
Aleja, who was 4'10".
A little baby. This match was good.
This match was good. Yeah.
26 minutes.
Huh.
You know what? Good for it for not feeling that long.
Yeah.
Although it's a 10-man. You can keep the action going in a 10-man for 26 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's
you
not
just
bad.
keep pairing people up that haven't worked, and then you get different stuff.
Especially Shingo and Nakajima,
Yes.
which they need to do.
And probably won't.
But maybe?
Maybe. They could do a lot of stuff, but they're not gonna.
They could do a lot of stuff. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, they were open to doing this.
Yes.
So do more now. Do, I don't know, a singles match that doesn't have show in it.
No. I only want House of Torture matches.
I was going to say, you know, I'm getting my monkey's paw witch by that, and they'll do an evil singles match. You said no show.
All you said was no show. You never said no Jiro. You never said no evil.
They should do another show at like a big stadium, and the only singles match is Yujiro versus King Tanny. And he wears the crown the whole match.
The whole match. Never takes it off.
So Meltz rated this the highest match of the show, 4.5. I predicted nothing, and you predicted nothing, because we did this last when we did the preview show, because we thought it was the main event. Mm-hmm. And after talking about potential winners, we got sidetracked and talked about other things.
Okay, I'm going to predict LIJ.
Okay, you actually predicted Congo? Do you want to change that prediction?
I'm changing it.
Okay, cool.
And I think when we were talking about it, that's what I predicted.
What?
Remember I said on the podcast that
the predictions are written down, just not the star ratings.
Oh, the star ratings.
Yeah. You wrote down Congo for you.
Yeah, okay.
But if you'd like to change that, I'm happy to do it.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah,
just because I wanted to set up Nakajima versus Shingo.
Yeah. I was thinking they could really go balls out and have Shingo pin Nakajima. Yes. But the much more likely thing is Shingo pinning some fucking... who did he even pin? Or did he? Yeah, Shingo got the pin, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember who he pinned. One of the shitty guys. Why don't you tell me who Shingo pinned?
You know what? I will tell you who Shingo pinned right fucking now. Tadasuke.
Oh, that's right.
Why wouldn't he?
That's right. You know who sucks? Tadasuke.
Yeah, he sure is a guy.
He's there.
Yeah. But yeah, Congo could trim some fat, I think. I don't think they need damn. Oh yeah, and other guys weren't even on the show. How and Neo weren't even on the show.
Yeah. But they came to the ring with
They were there. Yeah, because they did like a big group photo before the match. Like, look at all the people in this stable. It's crazy, cool, right? Guys. I don't know if it's 4.5. I think it might be 4.
Yeah, 4.
I think there's enough good work in it to warrant a 4.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'll go 4 as well.
Also 4. And main event of day 3 of Wrestle Kingdom. Oh God, we did it.
We're here. We're not queer, but we're close.
Pretty close. We're getting used to it. U.S. champion Hiroshi Tanahashi, world champion Kazuchika Okada against tag team champion Keiji Muto and
correct,
not champion Kato Kiyomiya. 4.25 from Meltzer. It's actually the highest rated match on Cage Match. This is 8.54. The 10-man is 8.51 on Cage Match, but I don't know what's better between the...
I don't know. I didn't think this was that amazing.
It was fine.
I think
it was more just interesting.
Muto's old
than a great match.
Tanahashi's beat up.
Oh yeah, the best pair up was Okada Kiyomiya.
Yeah, and they had some decent stuff there. Like they did some good stuff. But like when Muto can barely leave the ground.
Oh, he had a couple real funny ones.
There was a couple. Oh, that drop kick.
The drop kick and the like the Shining Wizard in the corner.
Yes.
Like the step up one.
Yeah.
He hit him in the tummy.
Yeah. Where he barely got off the ground.
Yeah, that was great. Because we were talking when we were watching. We were talking about like Muto's battle with gravity.
Yes. Yeah.
And how it works differently on him.
Yeah.
It's like he's on Jupiter.
Yeah. Only he though.
And the rest of us are on Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think it was. It was more about the moment.
Yeah.
Right. It was a little sloppy. It was a little slow at times.
So did I just totally missed Shiozaki and Kitamiya versus House of Torture, Dick Togo and Evil. Like 4 matches ago. I just skipped that.
Well, good for you because it sucked.
Shiozaki and Kitamiya won. Can you believe it? Dick Togo took the fall. Could you have ever seen that coming?
Wow, what a waste of Go Shiozaki, one of the best wrestlers in the world last year.
Yeah, I don't know whose dick he didn't suck to get
Muto's,
put against. I guess Muto's to get put against Dick Togo and Evil on this show. Also coming right off a world title challenge to get put in this. So interesting choice. Meltzer gave it 3 1/4.
He's wrong.
It was a Dick Togo and Evil match, so it was not 3 1/4. I predicted 2 1/4. You predicted 2. I think it's less than that, 1 3/4. Shiozaki's really good, but he doesn't have anyone to do good things on. Yeah, I'm sticking 1 3/4. Your thoughts?
I'll stick with the 2.
I wrote 1 4/5. That's not a rating.
You idiot! You stupid bitch! You're as dumb as a dog.
Okay, back to the main. Yeah. So the key thing was, and it was sort of interesting. They could have put together a better tag match, probably in terms of the people in it.
Yep.
But it was cool how each guy is kind of from a different generation.
Sure.
Like Muto is
80s,
90s, and then just kept wrestling for 30 years.
Yeah.
Tanahashi is 2000s into 2010s. Okada is 2010s, and Kiyomiya is just like the last 5 years.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah, so it's cool how they had like this like big generational battle. And obviously, even though there was no question he was going to take the fall, I think the match did put over Kiyomiya to a degree.
It made him look good.
Yeah.
The stuff with Okada made him look good.
Yeah, and made you want to see Kiyomiya Okada.
Yeah.
Which, again,
never gonna
maybe they'll do, maybe they won't.
Do another show that's Okada Kiyomiya,
Shingo Nakajima. Yeah.
And Ishii and
Inamura.
Inamura.
3-match show. I'm
done.
Awesome. So much better than this show.
Wait, did we also...
Did I miss another one?
No. I thought we missed... No.
I don't think I did. The problem is we did the predictions in a different order than they happened, and I've been reading them in the order they happened. So that's how I skipped the one. But I think we got them all.
Because we did the Marufuji match?
Because we did the Marufuji match. What about it?
Wasn't there... I guess that's all of them.
Yeah.
Why did I feel like there was more than that?
I mean, we're on match 11. It did feel like there were more. It was a 17-hour show. So Meltzer gave the main 4 1/4. I predicted 3 1/4. You predicted 4. I had low hopes for this match. It was better than 3 1/4.
I believe your argument was that one man's body doesn't work.
I guess it was that. I guess it was in fact that. But they worked around it enough that it was still a good match. It's a matter of if this is better than the 10-man. I think that if you just looking at a match and taking aside like the people in it, and it's interesting to see like Okada, Muto, and stuff. The 10-man's probably better, which I gave 4, so I'm giving this 3 3/4.
I'll give it 3 1/2.
3 1/2.
3 1/2.
All right, winner predictions. Day 1, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 of 8. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
I
of
win.
8. It's not over.
Damn it.
So I'm 4, you're 5. Day 2, I had... Really? Yikes.
You had 0?
I had a 1.
Oh.
I had 1 of 8.
1 of 8.
Holy shit. Junior tag wrong. Stardom wrong. 4-way didn't pick one. Okay, so 4 of 7. Because we didn't pick winners for the 4-way King Pro Wrestling.
Because we didn't know who officially was in.
Never 6-man wrong. Sonatic Okan correct. Cobb Naito wrong. Kenta Tanahashi wrong. Osprey Okada wrong. I got 1. I got 1 on day 2. You got 2 on... pardon me. 3 on day 2. Oh, I think you crushed me.
Kiss my butt.
And day 3, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow. 8 of 11.
8 of 10 because we didn't pick winners for the for the Young Lion pre-show.
Right.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What does that give us, folks?
What does that equal?
Let's tally them up. Scott, with a total of 4 on the first day, 1 on the second, 8 on the third, total of 13. Drew, 5 on the first, 3 on the second, stumbled a bit on the third with a 5, total of 13. It's a tie.
Do we have to kiss?
We got to kiss, baby. That's the end of the show. See you on Monday. Send us money for movie picks, $20 American.
And don't forget to tell us what you want us to call you.
Tell
or else
us
we're going to call you by our name.
The movie you want, and tell us what to call you. $20 American currency.
Remember?
To PayPal.me/not Scott Henson. Say your thing now.
Remember when we used to do shitheads at the end?
I do, but every time we did that, we had to pay royalties to Doug Benson, and I'm not spending my $20 on that. $20 American. Goodbye.